player I've ever seen before in this game. I think Nitro has been really strong, and we've seen these sort of intro videos from Hiko. You can tell that sort of the dedication and the sacrifices he's had to make. I don't think this is where Hiko's going to fall. A little bit more worried about JDM and Elige. I think it's a little bit less experience, and maybe especially Elige, although he was playing so well yesterday.
Yeah.
I have a hard time saying that, but throughout the tournament, that's been my feeling.
Well, we're about to find out. I mean, if Hiko can actually win a tournament, he said it himself not too long ago, if I don't win a tournament, my career has been a waste. That's a lot to put on yourself going into a grand finals.
Well, we're gonna find out. 5 seconds left as we head in. So once again, a huge welcome and thank you for tuning in. It is Liquid starting on the CT side. It will be SK on the terrorist side. We do have that smoke and a couple of flashbangs set up, and it looks like Fallen is already going for it. They're gonna put four people down Ivy. This is interesting.
What they can do here is smoke off one side. That would isolate Nitro. He's the only one there, so he's got to find a good avenue to fall back on. JDM can be there to support, but he's got to be very mindful of mid.
So long as JDM is there to actually watch A main, Nitro should be fine. He decides to fall back, and he's going to go to the back line. Instead, it's Taco taking point, wipes out JDM and Simple both, and now he sees the bot. He sees the boosted man as well, and Taco's on the hunt. He's not going to let him get away, and Lee's just stuck.
How do you get out of this? Taco trying to knife in a pistol round. The first pistol round, that's madness. He's going to get the headshot instead. And now it's Nitro and Hiko trying to see if they can retake. Cold is waiting for Nitro. Great position there, point blank range with the Glock. He's going to win it, and it's no issue at all for SK. They only lost Fur, and Taco picks up a quad kill.
That was Taco basically saying, welcome to the show, boys. This is the real deal now. You're playing against the big boys. I mean, what a play from him. Quad killing the pistol to start things off. That is going to rock Liquid.
Taco's been so good for SK in this tournament, and it often goes unnoticed. With that kind of entry power, I mean, you look at those kills, it's not even necessarily the fault of the setup that Team Liquid ran. Those are instant kills from Taco. Those are, you can't even respond to that. This is opening 2 and then on a simple. And then even from there, I mean, he doesn't commit to a fight against Elige despite the attempt at a knife. He just keeps him occupied, doesn't let him peek, doesn't let him get back into the round.
Well, you got to think that this was part of the plan. I mean, maybe not part of the plan, but Liquid will have sort of mentally planned for that this might happen. They will plan this as well. They're going to try and go aggressive, and a good shot comes in from Hiko, and actually Cole taking a long time, and that allows JDM to follow up on that kill. So now it's a 3-on-3. First sneaking around outside Elige in the back line. They still have that scout in play.
And they're going to be able to make their way out through A main to back up Fur here. It looks like FNX and Fallen just getting out now onto the site. Fur has been spotted, tagged down to 45. Elige, he's got that scout. He can put it to good use. If he can get the headshots, he can get the kills.
He's already got a tag, so Fur's very, very softened up. He's being very smart, not peeking. Elige knows he has him isolated, so it's up to Nitro, it's up to JDM to make some kind of a play. There's another shot, but it doesn't land.
That probably should have been at least some damage in there. Fallen gets the refrag instead. They have 2 people on very low health, but Nitro's not hitting the shots with the Deagle either, and he's going to be going down. JDM with the AK in hand. It might be better to try and save this.
Absolutely. Bring it into the next one. There's no money. They force spot into this round. What you can do with this AK-47, even on the CT side, even though you already invested, is pass it over to Simple. Have him get body armor to avoid the aim punch, but then he's got a chance in the next round. But it doesn't even look like SK wants this to happen. They are hunting him down. He's going to get one, but he's got to be careful from the stairs.
Cover this AK, and it looks like they will manage just that. FNX, unfortunately, no. FNX already had an AK. Fallen, he's on the other side of the map with the scout. So actually, this is a pretty costly round for SK Gaming. That second one, they dropped 3 people, including some rifles.
At least they take the danger away from this round, though. At least now there's no AK-47 they have to worry about. They don't have to find out where it is. They know they're going to be going against unarmored opponents, so this makes it much easier despite not bringing that AK to themselves.
So into the upcoming round, obviously Liquid won't have too much to show for it. Simple does pick up a Deagle because that's just what he does. But it will be the 4th round that's going to be the real test. So right now we just have to see if Liquid can get a bit more damage in. Already engaging out of the courtyard. It's going to be Elige. He goes down, and Simple with a good follow-up. Nitro catching a little bit too much fire there. And he's going to be out of the round. So Simple very low on health as well. Don't see him doing much else.
No, he's going to start backing off. Maybe looking to save that Deagle if he can. Just because at this point, this is just that lack of respect coming in from SK Gaming. That's exactly what they want to do. They know that it's going to be a hard eco for Liquid. Why show any respect? Get out onto that A side. Just pummel them even more after that brutal pistol round. SK Gaming, they want to do everything they can at this point to destabilize Liquid's mindset going into this next key round for Liquid.
And it is a very key round. JDM's going to have have the AWP. He hasn't purchased anything, so he'll have plenty of money. But one of the strengths that Team Liquid has had in this run has been that double op setup. JDM and Simple have looked in this tournament to be one of the most formidable 2-op setup we have in the game right now, and that's going against Fallen and Cold, who are probably the other two you'd put up there at the top. Simple's not going to have money with this Deagle buy, with the buy in the second round, so they're going to have a very good start to these gun rounds if they want a chance to build up the economy necessary to bring that into play.
It is a real pleasure to see all of the pieces coming together for Liquid. And it's good that you mentioned that, right? SK Gaming, they have the double op. Navi, they have the double op. Fnatic, they have the double. They can all, just have this deep playbook. Multiple sniper rifles can be so difficult to deal with when you're on that T side. You're basically running into that crosshair and you're just crossing your fingers. You're hoping that op is going to miss. If there's two of them, of the likes of Simple and JDM, we'll see how SK decide to deal with it.
This is where you're really worried about that Deagle buy from Simple, because he goes for full armor and the M4. He doesn't have any nades. That $800 on the Deagle, that's money he could use on the nades, the smokes and flashbangs.
Hiko right now is playing alone in the B bomb side, which is a common type setup. Simple is going to rotate back in here, but he can't really do much to help out Hiko, and they actually, neither of them have any grenades. So this is why this round is such a big test for Liquid. They need to win it to stop SK early on, but they certainly also need the money going forward to buy some smokes and molotovs.
No, that's the main issue here. This is always the issue that you run into on the CT side. If you're going for the plays in the second round, you go for the force buy, you're getting Kevlar. It just means you're not going to have the utility in that fourth round buy. This is all going to come down to how cold-blooded Liquid are. Can they keep their cool and hit the headshots? FNX, he's already given us one. Hiko is down. FNX is going to open up this B site. Taco will get picked by Simple, however, so we're into a 4-on-4. But the bomb, it's been planted, and now the countdown begins. Liquid, they need to get in here and get those clippers on that bomb.
And now this lack of grenades is really going to come back to haunt them. Fallen has a Molotov in the back line. They have a smoke saved yet. Elige going to pick up the kill there on FNX, but look at Fallen ready, and when he goes down, JDM, he hits that shot, and now it is going to be down to a 2-on-3. Fur and Cold on the site. Elige is now out of it, and look at Fur flanking right now. Liquid sandwiched in, and they don't even realize it, but Nitro going to pick up a kill. Do they have a kit right now picked up? They need to hold on for a long time. Fur pushing up, running with the knife out. He's got the AK in hand. He's going to run into JDM, and there's a shot coming out. Double for JDM, and Liquid gonna win the fourth round.
That is so difficult to do. The timing of that hit from SK was perfect. It's just when Simple was transitioning to a new spot that left Hiko all alone, paying attention to lower ramp, and he gets picked off from upper. And now we're going to see that double op come out. With the retake, this is one of the strengths that Team Liquid has had that we've never seen out of North American teams. The patience, using the full timer of that of that bomb plant to be able to make this retake, to keep an eye on your flank. And JDM with some timely shots there.
This comes from studying their opponents in the past. Fnatic, famous for it, waiting 15 seconds before they even think about getting onto a bomb site. These are the sorts of things you try and force errors. SK Gaming, they played it well in that after plant situation, trying to push forward to connector, but Liquid have shown now that they can hold their own. 4 players on the A site to start this round, and Hiko holding alone on B, although Elige is now rotating back. And SK Gaming, they're kind of set up to catch everything here. Fallen is looking down towards Ali. He's got that scope position, and the rest of his teammates gathered up and ready to go towards Pop Dog.
It also gives Liquid this double ult play that we were talking about earlier. So actually, interestingly, they're both out in the A bomb side. What do you think about that, Moses?
This actually isn't too bad for Liquid at the moment. I mean, you see where they're set up. They're expecting some kind of a push from Ivy. They have Simple over there with the op, and the scary part about that is that situation, he can get boxed in there, and then he's got to fight his way out. There's not a whole lot of different angles he could be mobile around. And he actually just moves out of the position, moves over towards the bomb train. JDM is out there, though, as well. He's also close up, so this is a very aggressive stance with the ops.
Yeah, with the AWP up close, you miss the shot, you're dead, but he's going to try and fall back. JDM is now in that smoke wall. He's trying to force it, but the flash is ill-timed. He's blind. He has to fall back to stay alive. And it looks like SK Gaming will get half of the bomb site. Now they have to figure out how to crack on through, actually get a kill to make their lives easier.
They're running out of time here. This is a problem. 25 seconds. JDM goes down to Fur. It's a good start here for SK, but they need to follow it up with an actual bomb plant. And the bomb just dropped there. FNX carrying it. It is a 3-on-4 right now, but they still need a bomb plant in the next 20 seconds. And they're being held back right now. A little bit hesitant here on the Brazilian side. Nitro going to pick up a kill on Cold Syrup. Makes it a 3-on-2 now, and Elige goes down now. All up to Hiko. 10 seconds, and they will get the bomb plant. And this is where Hiko's supposed to be doing his work, but he can't make it happen. Fallen to take him out. And that is a really swift comeback into the first half here for SK.
We talked about the patience of Team Liquid on that retake, on that post-bomb plant at the inner site. Look at the patience of SK as that clock's running out, as all the smokes are up, as they've made no progress, as the bomb is down, not even getting it planted until about 10 seconds left in the round. That is a very scary feeling at a certain point when you're alive and you look up at the clock. That takes a lot of faith in your teammates and what's being communicated to you and when you guys decide to pounce.
This is a worst case scenario now for Liquid as well. Back to pistols they go. They definitely did not have the economy to fall back on for a buy round, and so SK Gaming, they know this. They've got the 2 MAC-10s. They'll probably just try and feed them in there, get those SMG kills, get that bonus money in their pockets, and Fur to lead the way, also getting that information. He wants to find out how Liquid are set up, and now he knows somebody's in Pop Dog and someone close to main. Nitro is going to find the pick on him.
Good return for Fallen. And it is a minimal loss. They did only drop a MAC-10 out there, so they'll be all right with it at least. They did, already spot a couple of people, so he got something out of it.
But now look at SK just readjusting. Cold's going to lead the way. And he's actually far ahead. He's being very, very aggressive, all alone at the bomb as well. Liquid's got a good read. They have 3 players here, but can they actually withstand this onslaught? He's going to have a lot of freedom to just peek from this upper ramp.
Simple up close with Elise to support. Elise is going to be the one to try and draw attention to himself. Simple, just waiting to pounce. And Hiko on the bomb train, controlling that space. JDM is miles away, so he's not going to be in position to be able to help his teammates quickly enough here. 45 seconds left on the clock, and SK Gaming begin the push. Taco leading the way with that MAC-10. We'll see if he can actually find Simple. He is checking coils. He's going to be looking towards the train, and Elise rips his head off. It's on FNX now to try and trade it, but Elise with a second kill.
Oh no, it's unraveling for SK. This round was a sure thing, but they slowed down. I think they even failed the Molotov. Good kill from Cold Zero, but still only 28 seconds here. They need to move in and get this bomb plant home. And Hiko, I don't think anyone has even seen him. They don't know where he is right now. A lot of damage being put into Cold Zero as well. 19 seconds, and now finally SK are going to man up and try and see if they can get out here. Hiko picking up a kill, and it's all down to Cold Zero. 10 seconds, jumping back onto the side. He has to stick the plant. He can't even fake it, and actually he's going to be successful in that. Now the Deagle goes for the fight, takes out Hiko, and now it's a one-on-one. All versus all, and JDM goes down. Cold Zero, that's the quad kill, and SK gonna pick up a very, very tight round.
That almost collapses for SK, and Cold bails him out of a really tough spot. One missed Molotov, actually a self-Molotov bounces off the wall and just right back onto the ramp, and SK, their attack gets split. Nice kills from Elige, but then you can kind of see a little bit lack of discipline on the Liquid side. When they're up in that 4-on-2 situation, you see Simple get aggressive up the ladder, get picked off. I mean, you can't give away these kills to SK. Those windows of opportunity, and they're going to punish them every single time.
Exactly. That is exactly what SK Gaming are capable of. They will keep their cool in the high-pressure situations. They know what it is to play in a grand final and to win a major. What's at stake here for SK is the back-to-back major, setting them up for the triple crown, perhaps. And we'll see if it's possible. 5-1, SK Gaming in the lead, and again, an anti-eco scenario here. Fur and Taco racking up the kills. Taco with 2. Bonus $1,200 in his pocket. He's going to be feeling good about that. FNX going for a long spray fight with JDM, and Cold Zero will find Hiko. It's as good as it gets until Fur decides to kill his teammate with a nade. It was perfect there. It was looking so good.
It was happening, wasn't it? And I was about to say the silver lining here for Liquid was they had actually managed to keep the SK economy low, but with a round like that, suddenly they're looking much better. Cold Zero was a little bit quiet in the beginning. Now he's 10-0-3 right now, so that's a very good scoreline heading into the beginning of the 8th round here.
And a very important round. SK's already gotten so many rounds on their terrorist side. This is now a very dangerous situation for Liquid, where this could just steamroll completely away from them. I mean, it's already kind of stretched to the limit. They need to start putting rounds on the board before they can allow SK to regain control of this match.
They need to start chaining rounds is what needs to happen here. Liquid need that bank. Once again, they go for rifles, don't have many nades to back them up. And SK Gaming fully aware of this, just pushing aggressively. In fact, Taco takes the bomb over into Brown Halls. He leads with it. So if he got caught in a trap, that could have got a little tricky for SK. But SK have the 3 players there, and this does make you think like they want to start heading towards that B site. But again, it's all about map control. Fallen is making sure that Team Liquid aren't getting too aggressive over by A main or by Alley, and as the rest of his team kind of clear out the map. And so now SK Gaming, they have all the options available to them. They can go anywhere.
It's a very aggressive setup from Elise and Nitro as well. I know it's a little bit tough because they're out of smokes to block these choke points, so they've got to be very careful how they handle it, but this is that duo for Liquid that's so good early on in rounds. They're the ones on the T side, you'll see them going in first, trying to get those opening kills. Here on the CT side, they're mounting this very aggressive defense. When this execute comes in, unlike the last gun round, they're going to be in front of the smoke, so they'll be able to challenge if they hold their ground.
Well, you can see right now the Brazilian side are setting up the standard smokes that everyone by now has watched train before will already recognize. And they have the bomb over there as well, indicating it's not going to be a fake. They will try and get out here a little bit delayed. And again, if you look at the round timer here, down to 30 seconds. This is going to be one more for the limit play. Nitro up on the train and going to be back down again, looking for the early fight. It's going to be a quick trade as Elige goes down. Nitro spraying and connecting. It will be JDM to get a kill as well, but Nitro eventually falls and it's a 2-on-3.
It's only 17 seconds left on this clock, though. Fallen needs to get on that bomb. He hesitates for a second, but his teammate finds a kill in the meantime, so we're into a 2-on-2 until JDM steps in, drops Fallen in the open, and Hiko will flank FNX. Team Liquid, they survive in the end and even find the second AWP for Simple. So that's actually shaping up nicely. They saved both of the core guns, but again, it is going to be scraping the bottom of the barrel here. They still don't have that much money.
What do you think about this approach of having so many rounds go to the sort of the very end of the round timer? Will that be predictable in the long run?
It could be, but I mean the thing about SK, they can switch that up. They're very good at changing the tempo, and right now this might just be a game plan for early on. And if Liquid can prove they can consistently stop it, all of a sudden SK can transition into something a little bit more aggressive. It doesn't even have to be an all-out aggressive execute. It can be two players getting highly aggressive towards inside the inner bomb site, trying to get an early pick, and you might be able to catch Liquid on sleeping a little bit.
And I like to see the thorough play coming in here from SK, once again abusing the grenades that they have. Molotov to make sure there can be no aggressive hold on lower, and lower, it's actually Hiko going for the spray. Will finally track down Taco, looking for more, and he gets it. Headshot on FNX. Man advantage now for Liquid going into this B push, and SK aiming, they're getting picked off one at a time with the bomb getting dropped in the open.
What a hero round coming out from Hiko, 4th in the streak. And especially the third kill was so big because JDM was actually on the far left side and he missed the easy shot then, and Hiko just roams in and takes out a couple or more. That's a really solid defense, and look at what it does to the terrorist side economy. They have almost no money. Finally, some breathing room.
Yeah, and there's that switch up into a little bit more aggressive from SK. This time they don't let the clock run down. This time they throw those same smokes that they've been throwing before. What they're doing is just setting up that pattern. They want Team Liquid to get used to that smoke being there so that they can be fast through it if need be. That tries to lull Liquid into a false sense of security with it. Hiko's not prepared though. We mentioned Hiko, very experienced player, the most experienced player on this team, and JDM, that smoke and the knife out as well.
What? How did Taco get the kill? JDM was jumping in the smoke. I refuse to believe he could see him then. That seems like absolute craziness. It's going to be a 4-on-4 anyway. They are out in the yard.
And set up, Elige seems to have a bit of an idea that this position could be compromised. Yep, the HE banked right back onto Electric, does a little bit of damage, forces FNX to react, and he'll be there to collect the kill. In the meantime, the bomb is making its way through Alley, and so things could get a little tricky here for Nitro. He has to worry about 2 angles, and has nobody really watching A main for him, unless that's Simple with the AWP scoped up. And so now Nitro can actually just focus on Alley, and he's going to get that crossfire going with Elige, who just got picked by coldzera. A 3-on-3 now, and SK Gaming, they still have so much time to work with.
Taco's 1 kill might be very influential because it did give up that big sniper rifle. Call has gone down though. Nice shot from Simple. And Nitro to fall. Taco doing even more work in this round. He's going to go for the spray. Only 40 seconds left. He picks up 1 more kill. That makes it a triple, and no one's even touched him yet. He hasn't got armor, so if Hiko lands a shot on him here, then that should be the end of the fight. But, I mean, Hiko right now, he's got to be terrified. 1-on-1 versus Taco.
This was a collapse. This was a round that Liquid did not have to give this much up. The first kill is fine, but from there, letting that go from a 2-on-1 into a 1-on-1 is a mistake. Simple caught out in the open. And you do leave it on the best clutch player you have, but so much time for Taco. Oh, and he wins it! What is this?
What? No Kevlar, instant headshot from Taco on Hiko? And Hiko had the drop on him. That is not a round you can give up, and Hiko, the king of clutch, he falls, he's been dethroned.
Ooh, yeah, that's got to be a round that really shifts the momentum. If Liquid were building anything, and if they had any sort of like team confidence, a lot of it disappears in a round like that.
Dude, Taco's just taking off right now for SK Gaming. This is wild. Just a few months ago, you would think, well, he's not exactly the heaviest hitter. coldzera, Fur, you've got crazy players. Nobody really talking about Taco. But in these big matches, he was instrumental in SK Gaming picking up their win at Columbus, and he just continues to show how valuable he is here. 13 kills on the board, and all of them seem like impact kills.
Well, close there. Nitro hoping for the right timing, but FNX had his gun out and was ready for it. Elige did pick up a kill here, and again, Liquid right now, they just need to win as many rounds as humanly possible here. 7 rounds is already well within the comfort zone for SK for a first half.
I mean, this is Liquid's doing good damage on their ecos, these Deagle buys. Elige has had some very nice kills. They're salvaging some weapons. It's just, you know, you're doing the work. You're just not closing out the rounds you have to afterwards.
Oh, Fallen saw the gun barrel. Saw someone over there. FNX will find JDM in the end, however, and so we are into that 3-on-3. It always seems to be so close between both of these teams, but there's 50 seconds left on the clock and plenty of time to work with until Simple steps in and shuts down Cold. 2 AKs now for Team Liquid to come back into this round with now.
40 seconds. Fallen. They need one more kill. The bomb is out by Electric, so neither SK player is currently carrying it, and that could be a really big problem there. Fenix thinking there might be someone else up there. They don't seem to have the information that Elige actually made his way out. He was in the sniper nest earlier, and once again, SK are at the verge of running out of time here. Liquid could pick up a massive round here if they could actually do it. Those Deagles really have come into play for them. Fallen fakes the plant once, and they put FNX up here, so if the bomb goes down, that's going to be such a great position for FNX, and Fallen looks like he's going to be able to do it.
And this is brutal, though. It has to be a perfect afterplant, and he is going to get it. FNX now has the angle. Hiko's working his way around the corner. Simple finds Fallen, and it's a 1v3 scenario now for FNX, and he's already been spotted. Look at the straight wall bang from Elige. He's not fooled. Knows exactly where FNX is holding from. What a huge eco round win coming in here for Liquid.
They needed that. They needed to steal one away. Because they had that gun round win, and then they get reset immediately, and now they can finally stop the momentum. They just need to sustain this next round, because again, it's going to be a really tough situation economically for SK, but they've been winning these rounds. They've been punishing Liquid on this, and you're going to see the Scout on Fallen. You're going to see the upgraded pistols come out as well, so there is a lot of danger for Team Liquid here in this round as well.
What is this buy coming in from SK? They've still flowed around 3,000. Fallen prioritizing the AWP. Definitely a little bit of a half buy coming in. They want to think about the next rifle, and they're going to drop up straight down to 1,000. Wow, okay, SK Gaming, man, they're really going to be a bit of a threat here. Team Liquid, they need to be careful not to get caught off guard. If SK decide to go ultra aggressive, they could try and go for a turn of a change of pace here.
I think this says something about the mentality of the Brazilian team. I think they're actually eyeing a chance to just do a lot of mental damage to Liquid if they can bounce right back here. They know that that is what's on the line, so see if they are going to be successful. And JDM and Hiko now covering the B-bomb side. There seems to be a lot of switching going on about who's helping out Hiko over there.
Usually it's been JDM. It seems like they want the op to do it, because Simple's rotated back when he has the op, but it has been a little bit changed up. Maybe feeling a little bit more comfortable with it. A different setup, because JDM's got the angle on lower ramp, while Simple doesn't have an AWP.
And while the push begins, they do manage to infiltrate towards Ali, FNX, and Taco. Taco even going so far as to peek the back line. He doesn't see anybody back there, though, and it's FNX to get the drop on Nitro. Point blank with the CZ. Simple. He realizes it. He knows that somebody can make his way towards B. Hiko's already in position to deal with that, though, and that bomb, it's still waiting over in A main. So SK Gaming right now are just giving Taco time to work, but Hiko finds him in the end. 4-on-4.
But look how low that drops Hiko. He's down to 9 health, so this is still fairly scary if you're on the Liquid team. The bomb is making its way back down, so it looks like it's going to be an A hit. Nice shot from Simple. Cold going to be taking down Elige, and that was in Pop Dog. Now Simple has a lot of work to do. He's got the AK in hand, and he's up on the train. They're going to be pushing in now. Only 30 seconds left, and he needs back up quick. Simple picking up one more kill sprays, and that's a third one coming through. Now all on Cold Zero. 1 versus 3. It seems like Simple has done it again. That's a quad kill to shut down SK.
That was so scary. That's a lot of space. It's a lot of respect that Team Liquid is giving SK towards Ivy. Letting him get out, even though the smoke is deployed, no one keeping a close eye on it. And that almost bites him. Nitro falls, there's no one there to trade. So they've got to be careful on how much room they give SK to work over towards Ivy. That's a critical part of this map. If they can't hold it, that's going to be a lot of options open for the offense.
It's definitely one of the more difficult positions to hold on any map right now that's in the pool. So whoever, draws the short straw, it's either you hold close to A main and run the risk of getting overrun, or you get alley, a bit of a tough draw, really. They are going to be putting some pressure on here. SK Gaming, and that bomb, it's making its way towards alley with Taco. So it makes you think that SK eventually want to wind up on A. But Fur and Cold being thorough, checking out the round halls, making sure that B site, there isn't any aggression coming in from Liquid there. It's Hiko kind of dancing around, and Fallen in the meantime is going to get hunted down by Nitro. Fallen just out in the open.
But you were talking about respect, and that's a way to not show it, just to really go and fight him. He's a dangerous player. Close range as well with the sniper. JDM picking up a good kill there. And it looks like Liquid have finally stabilized a little bit here. And JDM hitting some good shots with the sniper.
Yeah, that's sick, and that's a good change-up. Not letting them make that progress. You're seeing how mobile they're making up, and they only have one of them. And nicely done from Nitro. Still aggressive, and he's going to clean out Cold Zera. 6-7. They've almost brought it back to tied up.
Oh, this is an excellent recovery considering the bumpy start that they had, and it's so true that SK, they always just seem to get off to a terrific start, apply maximum pressure, and then it's all in the mindset for Team Liquid. They need to maintain their cool, and they're showing right now that they can grind out rounds against SK, that they can withstand.
And importantly, it feels like Liquid, they don't have to use any resources sort of cheering up one guy who's not doing well. Everyone is fighting right now. 4 of them are at 9 kills, JDM at 10, so there's no one who's sort of bringing down the team feeling like they're out of it or anything like that. This is a full team effort for the American side.
Whoa, and the change now, Cold, straight out, Olafmeister style. He's looking for that A main peak. He might be able to catch out JDM. Simple's taking down Taco in the meantime. That was in Brown Halls. But Coldzera is going to bring it back to a 4-on-4. Catches JDM looking the wrong way. And now it's Fallen. They just trade places. And now out through A main, he can find that peak. It depends on whether Elise is going to give him something to work with here. Simple rotating over to bolster the defense. And the bomb's still waiting on Pop Dog. It could still go either way here.
You can see how SK switches up that aggression, gets the ops out mid early, lets him get in position and just hold angles. It's a really uncomfortable angle for JDM to feel like he has to clear. And now the ops out of the hands of Team Liquid. They have none of them. No one has salvaged that, and all of SK heading towards the inner bomb site.
And once again, Hiko's going to have so much work to do. The one thing is he has a Molotov. If he puts it down right, it will stagger the actual offense, and maybe he could take them on one at a time. Elise coming into the right time, missing a shot. There's Coldzera, goes for a second one. Elise, he only managed to trade. Hiko, the headshot being pushed up on. And Fur, there's no one to return the frag. Fur picking up a double instead. And now it's all on Nitro, and clutching against these two players is going to be very nearly impossible. He has to take the first peek at some point, and he makes it out safely, but still even more work to come.
Fallen will have the first point of contact as well, and so it's perfect. Fur, all he has to do is watch towards the lower ramp in case Nitro's trying to flank from Pop Dog, and Fallen is the one to make sure that he can't come in from Connector, and we'll see. They might just cross paths here. Is Fallen going to get caught looking the wrong way? Nitro going to check the corner, finds Fallen, now a 1v1, but he has no idea where Fur's playing from. He's actually assuming that it might be on upper, which is the usual spot that you would look for the terrorist side. Incendiary going down to block down lower, Nitro just going to try and stick it in. Fur, peekaboo, dead in front, denies it and clutches it for SK Gaming. Another round on the board for the Brazilians. And Team Liquid, luckily for them going into this 15th round, it's not the end. They actually have money to buy, but they really needed to come out ahead here in the half.
Can I just point out that every member of Liquid is at 10 kills? That's some nice symmetry. I don't think I've ever seen that before. But overall, the scoreline is 8-6, favoring SK on the terrorist side as we move into the 15th round. So Liquid, they have a very long road ahead of them.
Yeah, they definitely need this last round, and now they have that double up. They hadn't switched into it for some time, but so good of them. They won 5 of 6 at one point, so they're able to build up enough money. But now they've got to be very careful again. SK just slowing it back down.
Now the Kings are changing the pace, just letting Team Liquid dwell on the clutch that they just lost. Nitro's going to get flashed by JDM, and he may be able to pick up one, but no, FNX is there to shut him down. Fallen and FNX survive at Alley, and it's brought back to a 4-on-4 until JDM decides to step in, picks off Fallen, and now things get interesting. Now Team Liquid actually have the man advantage to work with here. They just need to lock things down. They don't need to take any risks from this position.
And you see such a small detail down by Ivy, how FNX has got his back turned to the smoke and Fallen is the one looking. So at any one time, you'll only be able to flash one of those two players. So whoever isn't flashed turns around and picks up the kill. It's very smart play. And JDM to take down FNX is looking better and better. Fur and Coldzera left here, 2-on-4. Don't know how you win this.
Headshots is how you do it. Elige, though, going to shut down Coldzera, and so it is just on Fur now. 1v3. He has a Galil, not even an AK, and Hiko going to hit the headshot. Beautiful work from Team Liquid to close out the half. 7-8 on their CT side. Definitely not an ideal scoreline. They were looking for 9-6. They were looking to come out ahead, but
it could be done.
It could be done, exactly.
Well, you look at also the inexperience of Team Liquid. This is their first time on the major finals. Look at the start they had. They won 1 round of the first 7, and from there they brought it back.
Well, we are going to be back after a quick break with the second half, so stay with us. It's Liquid and SK. And we have returned here, the second half, first map of the grand final here in Cologne, Germany. And we have Liquid playing SK. And it was a really interesting first half. It looked, a lot of the time, it looked like Liquid were about to simply slip out of the game, but they managed to hold on.
And that's when you normally expect, and not only an underdog, but a team for their first major final to just kind of collapse. When they have that much pressure put on them, when they're down 6-1. And somehow, I mean, this is the thing, this team has shown so much resilience in this tournament, so much discipline and mental focus, which that's been one of their big failings in the past, and just of the North American region in general. So this is a whole new look North American squad that we have here.
Yeah, the Brazilians, they've already done it. They've won a major. They've done it for their continent. Now it's up to Hiko, the man on your screen right there.
You know, I'm a big fan of North American memes, but I've got to say, even outside of the North American region, that's actually a quality that's really hard to find in any team and amongst any players. So definitely super impressed by what they're showing us so far. But Moses, do they have to win the pistol round here in the second half? That's something that they've not been good at. Is that an important piece?
I don't think they have to. It certainly would be nice if they were able to pick up a pistol round at some point. That would be huge if they could do it. But they showed against Fnatic that they don't have to pick up pistol rounds to be able to win maps, to be able to win series even.
No, they can win the gun rounds, right? They can get the job done with the rifles.
I think one of the incredible things, we just saw the stats up at halftime. Elige has over 100 ADR. So we talked about, I mentioned the growth of him yesterday in that semifinals matchup. Still carries it over into the finals.
He's so focused right now, Elige, but it is the pistol, and Team Liquid, they are just geared up and ready to go. They do have the Tech 9 on Hiko along with the smoke, and Nitro's the one rocking the utility. The rest of them with the Kevlar, and we'll see. It's looking like they want to head towards that B site. Taco, the one going for the shoulder peaks, and he might be in for a bit of a surprise if he oversteps. There's 3 players ready. He's been spotted. They know he's there.
The grenade doesn't really do too much. It slightly triggers me that Hiko has Tech 9 and not armor. It seems like he could have dropped it for someone else, but now they are going to go onto the site. They got the smoke dying by the sidewalk, and SK trying to get in here to defend. Taco picking up a headshot, he goes down to Elige, and Elige picking up a second kill as well. Liquid off to a really good start right now. He's looking for a third. He's going to get a hit, a headshot again. Oh my god, SK, they're crumbling in this round, and Liquid, 2 more kills and they have it. Cold Zero going to make a one shot there on Simple, but there's still more to come. FNX, he's got the help. He's sneaking around the backside, and there's 2 headshots in a row. FNX about to bring it back now, all on Hiko. He's got the Tech 9 and 2 kills to get. He's trying to find the first one, but now they know where he is, and the smoke is up. They're inside it, trying to see if they can get the defuse, and Hiko, oh no, FNX, 3rd kill coming in, and that's going to be the round.
Oh, it looks so good. That the positioning pushed forward between the trains. They were lined up. No one checking the left side. Miscommunication. And then at the end, SK, those remaining 2 members do such a good job of juggling that aggression. Everyone taking one shot at Hiko, hitting him, forcing Hiko to pay attention to that angle, and then they pounce from the other side.
I was about to say that Elige was going to give Taco a taste of his own medicine, right? You know, he's just, that looked so good to start. It's just that this is the quality of FNX as well. All of these teams, they have these players that can just show up at any point in time and completely shatter your dreams. FNX used to be the man of clutch for SK Gaming, the one to always come through when their backs to the wall. And in this round right there, you saw that quality again. 2 instant headshots completely changes the complexion. And so now SK Gaming, they're the ones with the guns, and they're going aggressive. Straight into the push and the firing squad. JDM waiting around the corner. He's going to get that headshot, and now Team Liquid, they're primed to pounce.
Yeah, but because they got the bomb plant down as well, that means they don't have armor. It's almost a bit of a shame, because when you get gifted a start like that, you want to follow up on it. Nitro goes down, Taco a little bit isolated, but they can't really punish him for it, and he's just going to get a couple of kills. In fact, 3 kills in here as JDM ends up alone. Sprays for a long time, but not really going to be able to connect, and SK will win the round, only losing 1 person.
It's all right, though. The plant is huge because there really wasn't that much investment in that round from Team Liquid. That one push by Fur gives them the opening they need. It forces the defense, the remaining members, to play a little bit passive in that B bomb site. Rotation wasn't too aggressive, so Team Liquid get a plant, and they're going to have a very, very good buy of this 3rd round.
They have everything. They should have everything they need. The question is whether JDM decides to go for the glass cannon AWP here, and it looks like he will. And so he'll be able to back that up with a couple of nades. But look at the nade count for Liquid right out the gates. That double plant, that's a bonus $800 in their pockets each time. So you can get an HE, a flash, a smoke, that's 800 right there. You can see the difference that it makes. And so this is perfect now. SK Gaming falling with the scout. Cold Zero, man, just holding onto the UMP. But this is it. And no time wasted at all. Already the pushing coming in from Simple. He's looking to find somebody out of position here on the A side.
The aggression right now, but he actually gets the time to get the kill. FNX is a bit slow, a little bit aggressive there. Nitro, that's the bomb as well. So now everyone can just start rotating in. Liquid, I think, maybe pumping themselves up to have a very fast and explosive round, but it gets straight shut down from SK. Hiko hitting a good headshot though, gives them a minimal chance. They can maybe still do it. JDM missing a shot. The bomb plant, not happening yet. In fact, JDM's going to take it back.
There we go. Time to pump the brakes. Time to take a little bit of a break now and actually slow things down. Let Hiko get some time to work, and he's going to get another kill. Shuts down Fallen. Cold is literally going to leap on him, but in the meantime, JDM has put himself in a position where he can actually come through in the clutch. He gets that bomb, and he has enough time to rotate out, change up the position, get a strong after plant position. So he'll have eyes on the bomb, and it's up to Fur and Cold now to rotate in and actually get that buddy system going. They're both coming in from the same spot, so this is a very tough situation for an AWP. He has that one shot, but he has to be careful about getting traded.
This is one of those rounds that could change the outcome of the game. JDM, 1 versus 2. They smoke out. They're so smart, and he misses the kill. Could have happened, but Fur will pick up a double instead. And some of these critical rounds, for Liquid to make a comeback here on Train, they need to at least win 1 or 2 of them every once in a while.
Yeah, and they've had their chances. They've had a couple now. And it all keeps slipping away. I mean, that's just smart play. Jumping across that gap, seeing the Opper there, and just jumping far enough to where you can just spam the box, make sure he can't get a clean shot at you. Really, really well done. And now, I mean, even with that plant, it's going to be some Tech 9s. They can invest a little bit. You can see the Deagle armor, the Tech 9 armor coming out, a little bit of utility, trying to keep that low, because look at the money on the CT side. Fur's at 200, FNX at 450. They still have this in a manageable situation.
It's up to Liquid now to actually find some kills here to make this round a bit more expensive. Like you said, right, to apply pressure to the wallet of SK Gaming, who are just actually going for a pretty solid hold here on the A side. They were expecting for Liquid to try and go for some ultra aggression again. If Simple, you want to come charging out, we're going to be there to greet you. And Fur, he's there to say hello. Simple this time, though, doesn't fully commit. It's a wise play on his part, just showing himself, and now he can back off safely.
One small mistake from SK, they just used 2 smokes over towards ladder, so that's a little bit of miscommunication.
Well, Fur's going to be quite close range, and he does trade effectively early on there. Simple and Hiko are going to be, well, just Hiko now alone, and the bomb is quite far back. So again, just more damage would be helpful if you could have got the kill on Fallen then, but instead it's the Brazilian captain picking up a triple kill. Still, Taco ahead of everybody with 18 kills right now on the scoreboard, and an overall 5-round lead for SK here, leading into the 20th round. And I feel like Liquid are running out of rope now.
Yeah, they actually are. This needs to be a huge win, and you look to some of these rounds, some of these clutch, the pistol round, all these things, that JDM 1-on-2, anything that could go their way. They need something, because they've had, even in the first set, they've had these late round situations that against Fnatic, it was going their way. They were winning those. Against Navi, they were winning them. Here against SK, they've lost almost every single one.
Yeah, it's not looking too hot here for Liquid. This is where SK Gaming can just take off. If they win this round, SK Gaming, they're going to be in a fantastic position now. And again, SK Gaming, they are expecting the early aggression. Round after round, they keep putting 4 players out on A early on, fully trusting in Taco. There's a lot of faith in Taco to just leave him alone on that B site, because if Liquid, I mean, they hit B a lot at the beginning. If they choose to charge B again, he's your first line of defense. He's the man who needs to hold the line. But instead, SK Gaming choose to put a lot of faith in him, and he's actually falling back, playing it a bit more passively now. They're just still waiting patiently for Liquid to show their hand.
Liquid hasn't. I mean, they're still being very, very passive. They still have 5 smokes on the board for the terrorist side, so they're gearing up for some kind of late round execution. The bomb still being back towards mid on Simple, transferring over towards Ivy to meet up with Hiko. Suggests it's going to be outside. This might be a play just to get JDM in position, just to see if he can go for a pick. He's got Taco blind. He spots him, but he misses the shot. He's going to go for more, though, and he catches Fur off guard.
That's a very counterintuitive play. Normally, if you miss that shot, you're going to be backing off immediately, but JDM, complete madman now. Taco walking in behind him. Does he realize Taco, he's going to have the perfect angle, and that's an easy kill there, but has it given enough space on the A side of the map? That's the big question right now. Cold Sierra is going to realize, wait a minute, they're all coming down. Ivy, he's looking at the exact perfect spot. Takes 1, takes 2, and a third one coming through as well, and he's going to be going down. Cold Sierra eating every single member of Liquid coming through the back lines, and Nitro to go down. What a round.
It's a really nice thought out of Team Liquid, really well executed. JDM getting that kill. It forced the rotation from XK. It brought 2 extra players over towards the B bomb site. It created that window for Team Liquid, but they just didn't seize it. They didn't grasp the opportunity. They waited too long to execute out Ivy.
Boom, and I think we have the technical timeout, or not the technical, rather, the tactical. Exactly. It is going to be the pause put into play here for Liquid. It's a 2-minute timeout. You're allowed to have 1 per map. And so Liquid are deciding that now's the moment because SK Gaming, they're right on the edge. 13 rounds for SK Gaming and only 7 for Liquid. And, well, Liquid, no bomb plant that round means not a whole lot of money. So they do need to put some thought into what they need to do here, Liquid, to get back into this game.
And it comes down to they're just who's going to be essentially the Taco of this team? Who's going to be getting these opening kills? We saw on the Terror side that pistol round, a couple of the gun rounds. Taco is getting those first kills. He's carrying it forward. He's being the one to lead them into bomb sites, into the action. No one from Liquid is doing that at the moment. We talk about the effectiveness of their opening kills, of their entry fraggers, that Elige Nitro duo. They're having good games, but they're not having that same style of impact that they need to have for their team.
All right, now you have that trio for SK Gaming that have just taken control of the first half and continue to carry forward on into the second half between Taco, Cold, and FNX. They're just leading the way as far as kills are concerned on this scoreboard. I mean, Fur is still lagging behind, but really, it just seems like everybody's dead by the time he gets there every time. Taco, Cold, like these guys are just wrecking house. Liquid, seems like for now, they just want to settle on a bit of a half-buy, bolster that economy for the next round. When they'll be, well, when they'll be able to afford to get rifles. It's all about getting the bomb plant this round.
I mean, if you can find the right kill, we already saw in the second round how I think FNX it was got picked off going a little bit aggressive over by the B bomb side. If that happens again and they have tech lines and armor, you can capitalize. You can win the round based on that. So it would be interesting. It also gives Liquid a chance to try being a little bit faster in a round where maybe it doesn't matter quite as much because you maybe don't expect to win it. So I mean, that'd be interesting to see if SK can deal with that. Those A bomb side pushes, they haven't been too popular so far.
No, and even actually, you think back to the first gun round, what would happen was Simple was basically coming out mid on his own. They threw some smokes to get him cover, to get him out by E-Box, to have some kind of an open duel. He loses that, and the other plan is over towards the B bomb site where Nitro gets caught trying to entry, trying to rush through a Molotov at Taco. So it's been a couple, that round specifically was a couple desperate plays, and Liquid's got to be very careful they don't get away from themselves. They have one more chance, essentially, to get back into this.
That's what it is. 4 seconds here, and we are going to be headed back into the game after a tactical timeout called by Team Liquid to try and see if they can stabilize even a little bit here. They've got tech lines, P250s, a deagle as well, and a lot of grenades. Definitely not impossible to win a round like this, but a lot comes down to that first kill.
And having the patience to wait for it as well. Liquid spread out. They're expecting more of the same disrespect coming out from SK Gaming. They're expecting some kind of aggressive alley push, some kind of push somewhere on the map from SK Gaming just to try and get that information. What do Team Liquid have in store for us this round? That's what SK Gaming need to figure out. And so this time around, SK Gaming, instead of going for the stack on A, they've actually spread out across the map. 3 players on A, FNX playing in connector, and then 2 holding solid on the B side. So they're preparing for everything right now, SK. They're saying, right, okay, Liquid, you're not going to pull a fast one on us. We're just going to count on our aim to carry us through.
Well, they put the smokes down for a normal A push, but they're not coming out of main. They're coming out Hot Dog, and then 3 men down Ivy. Elige opens up on 1. Cold is here, trying to repeat the last round. He's got the first 2, he needs the third one as well, and he gets Simple. Cold Zero just a rock of this team. Fallen going to be going down, but they will only get the 2 kills in. Having one player who can play a position that effectively is going to be a lot of trouble for Liquid.
Yeah, and there were no trades there. I mean, there was 3 members of Team Liquid coming out of Ivy, and just not a single one was able to trade that kill. And Cold played that perfectly, and he did it just the round before against AK, so now he's doing it against the pistols as well. I mean, how do you beat that?
No, he doesn't care. He's just getting fired up. Cold, he knows. He is so confident that this is SK's time to take a second major title. And well, Liquid, they're going to have to teach him otherwise, and so far that lesson is not going well. 7-14, Liquid trailing on the T side, and now the aggression comes in from SK Gaming. Fallen up into brown halls, going so far as to peek into Pop Dog. Is he going to get jumped on, though? He's hearing the footsteps. He knows that someone's close, and there's the first kill. Can he actually make it around the corner? Taco's there to cover him, and he does make it out. SK Gaming, they make it work, and they make it look easy.
And Elige, it's just not smart to try and chase that kill. Fallen's already gotten away. If you don't trade that very quickly, that play is not done without some kind of backup with him. So Elige is very wise to just take the hit, let Nitro die, he can't do anything, and not chase it down, not put his team in a bigger hole. But now look at what this allows the defense to do. They can leave Taco alone at the inner bomb site. They have 4 members outside, and Liquid's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough task to find out where to execute here.
Taco playing down on the floor of the B bomb site, and they do have the bomb over here, so They can make it in, but again, they need a strong entry kill on someone from Liquid here. Seems like with about 45 seconds left, they are gearing up for that B push. Both Fur and Taco are holding very close, so almost all of the Molotovs or grenades that they can throw are going to land behind the current SK defense, and that's a really big thing. Liquid, they just need to hit a headshot as they run in 34 seconds now, and they need to make a move of it. The rest of SK are out in the A-bomb side. No one's even moved an inch, and now they're going to go for it. Fur up on the train, and he gets flashed for a moment. Taco picking up one, then two before he finally falls. And JDM going to get a kill there. Very important one. 2 on 3, and the bomb, it is being put down, but FNX is also flanking in from behind. So this round for Liquid, they're sandwiched in. How do they get out?
It comes down to timing, basically. Do they realize what could go on? FNX with a little bit of a flash. They're not watching you, but he's going to catch him lined up. Doesn't matter. Unleash hits the shot fast enough. Keeps their hopes alive for Liquid. Cold will snuff JDM, however, and falling from the other side. Flanks in and takes down Elige. SK Gaming on map point here on train.
SK patiently waiting on that retake, just throwing that flashbang to allow FNX to have the time to come in for the flank. He actually did something pretty creative. He makes a jumping sound on that ramp, and he gives up his position intentionally because he's throwing a pop flash at the same time. He wants JDM at that train to turn around and watch that so the flash will hit him in the face. Doesn't work out for him, but it's a clever little trick.
That's what we have to know. Did he hear it? Did he not? Was he close enough, right?
It's a good idea either way. That means we're at 7 straight rounds in this second half for SK. Liquid have picked up exactly 0 on the terrorist side, and whatever else is happening, that's got to be a condition for winning train, right? That you can win some T rounds at least. That hasn't happened, and now they're going to go fast out into the courtyard here. Fallen picking up Nitro. Liquid, one last attempt here. FNX playing close to the train. He's going to be helped up by Fur, and there's FNX finally coming through with a spray and takes down a kill. So now Elige, the last man left, and he drops 16-7, and SK picking up the first map here in the Grand Finals.
Spurred on by Taco and Cold, dominant, the two of them together. From start to finish, that pistol round from Taco, the two
shots like that, and it's okay. Cold had his moments, but when Taco's the one who's beasting you, Liquid, you've got some problems right now. It's definitely looking good for SK.
I think a lot of it came down to a lack of comfort on train. They mentioned that on the desk as well. Not a great train team quite yet as Team Liquid. Their map pool has expanded quickly, but that one's not there. And those 2 rounds from Cold, they talked about Cold being the man. Those 2 triple kill rounds he had over towards Ivy. 1 flashbang, 1 nade, 1 Molotov changes that. And that's just the lack of comfort on that map coming into play. Here on Cobble, they're going to be well versed. They're going to be way more prepared, and they can handle any situation that's thrown at them here on this map.
We're gonna get live now. Pistol round coming up with Liquid starting on the terrorist side and SK on the CT side. They've got a lot of armor, in fact only 2 players without it, and a Molotov there on JDM. That is interesting. Fur already spotting a bunch of people in midline. Look at it, Liquid, they're not gonna slow down. The Glock train is coming to that A-bomb side. Fur missing a couple of shots, and he should be overrun, trying to reload. Natus out, he actually gets a stab in, but Hiko and Simple, and also Nitro helping out, getting a couple of kills in return, and now it's Taco and Cold is coming in from behind, but this is going to be a near impossible retake.
The no fear YOLO approach has worked. Team Liquid, that is how you do it. You show that you're not afraid to take the fight. But Cold Zero gonna go ahead and snuff Nitro real quick, so it's only a man advantage now for Liquid going into this hold. Taco still with some time to work with, and now he's got the info as well. Spots the man on the site, but Simple will end his worries. It's all on Cold now in a 1v3, and the Triangle of Doom has been set up. As soon as he walks out, he's gonna be walking into a crossfire, and Liquid are playing this perfectly. Nobody peeking him, nobody giving him anything to work with here. He's just hoping that Liquid are going to get impatient. Somebody's going to have to make a play, and he will pick up the kill on Simple. But JDM and Hiko, now they know exactly where he's coming from.
Gets one more, but obviously time has run out here. Still 3 good kills coming from Cold. I mean, he knows that round is lost unless Liquid start to make a big mistake, so might as well just get the most out of it. Saves the armor, and as you can tell, has a lot more money to buy with in this round.
The unfortunate part is that you know he takes damage to the armor, so he can't just upgrade to head armor for $350. So that would be huge if you were able to do that. But I mean, that opening from Liquid, that's sending a message. That's not anything tactical. That's just saying, yeah, we lost map 1. We're not scared. We're going to come into this. This is our map pick. We're supremely confident on it. And they're just telling SK that they're willing to bring the fight to him moving forward.
And that's the important message, exactly. Loud and clear. SK now know that they're going to have their work cut out for them. They still have to win this map if they want that title. Elise straight down into drop, and they are once again looking to get into connector. Look at this, how quickly Elise is just moving through the map, and now they can set up for the crunch onto the A site. Liquid, so long as Elise controls this space, it's going to look so good for the offense. Liquid, they can just bide their time and give Elise time to work, and there you go, free kill on Fire. There's only one left, and that's Fallen, and he's not there for long.
Cole managed to take out Unleash eventually, but gonna walk right into that headshot from Hiko with the AK in the middle. Taco hiding quite far away. I think he's still a little bit sort of wondering if they were gonna try and double fake it, but it will be an A play. And FNX and Taco, I mean, again, do you play for exit frags or do you try and save the whatever you have? It's 2,200 equipment value. It's not really that much on them.
No, and you try and get a couple kills. You try and get some of these AKs away. See if you can just get anything. I mean, it looks like they're just going to be content to say if Liquid's going to retreat this way, they'll be more than happy to take the kills, but they're going to bring these into the next round. So no big loss for SK, and actually no real big gain either.
No, this is nothing too crazy here for SK. We already have Cold prioritizing the AWP as well. His money is looking fairly good. Don't really expect him to be making that big investment in the next round.
They finally win a pistol round, Liquid, though. That's a change.
Yeah, that's a good start, and that's going to help out because I think before this pistol round they had lost 6 in a row in their previous three maps. So that's actually massive for them. That's going to help out hugely moving forward. I think the big thing is Elige. I'm not only on the pistol round, but even in the second round, just rushing down drop. He's just throwing caution to the wind. He's playing his role. He's not being scared to get up there. He has confidence that those kills are going to be traded. That pistol round, jumping over the ledge, staying aggressive. Even though he gets killed, JDM's there for the trade.
And those are the kind of basics, those are the confidence building kind of plays that's going to happen here that's going to make Elige into that monster that we've seen in the past in this tournament. He has definitely wrecked some phase, and so we'll have to see if he can do it again here on the second map. 2-0 lead for Team Liquid going into this hard eco for SK Gaming. It's only FNX who really has any kind of firepower along with Taco. Fire has invested in a CZ75 by both Fallen and Cold. The double op duo that was mentioned on the desk earlier, they're saving their money as much as possible here.
Elige, again, very aggressive down and drop, just setting the pace and setting the tempo early on. Somehow that's a USPS that Cold managed to take him out with. Shows you how dangerous he is.
Yeah, and this is actually the very same tactic that was just ran by Team Liquid in the last round. So SK, they've actually rotated a third member. There's a really nice crossfire setup. Simple doesn't have a Molotov to force anyone out. He's actually got the bomb and an AK, and he's all alone here. If SK was to pounce or for somehow get just a lucky kill on him, that would be very dangerous.
Yeah, I was about to say, that is a little bit of a scary scenario, but he is going to back off, and it looks like JDM and Nitro as well, rotating over towards that A site, and obviously they were close enough to hear that. The guy's holding it underpass for SK, so they're going to start rotating over towards the B site. Everybody here for SK soon, and Liquid, they aren't even out onto the site yet. 50 seconds left, and Simple leads the way. Very subtle Taco, instant headshot on Simple, and that drops the bomb. SK Gaming, they have confirmation that Liquid are coming to this bomb site.
Good Molotov there, but they need to do more than that. Taco will be going down, so it's a 3-on-3, and Liquid should be winning this round. They got 35 seconds still left. Smoke goes up to try and zone out the bomb site a little bit there. JDM almost in a lot of trouble. In fact, he runs out of bullets. He's going to end up going down. Now it's a 2-on-2, and 25 seconds. Can they get that bomb plant down? No, it's going to be denied. It's all on Hiko now. 1 versus 2. Keen's stacked up already down to half HP. The Deagle's out. He's almost out of bullets. And oh no! SK, they're going to win the round. Cold Sierra with a triple kill.
Cold Zera gets all the kills, but Fallen playing at that statue is perfect in his movement. He's staying alive. He's keeping the attention on him. He's baiting Liquid into his teammate who's hiding in the chicken hut. He's baiting them for Cold Zera to come and make his play. And Fallen, I mean, that is perfect mobility, perfect way to set your teammates up. And there's a crushing round for Team Liquid. They're going to be able to buy into this. They have the op on JDM. They have a good amount of utility in all AKs, but they lose a round early on in a situation they shouldn't have. There was no armor. There was no real investment for SK aside from the weapons they saved previously.
Yeah, that's a catastrophic round as far as Liquid are concerned. You should be mowing through that. You should get 3 rounds, and then you should be worrying about SK Gaming in this round. Now SK, they even managed to save a couple of guns going into this one. You can see the 2 AKs on Taco and Cold. So things are looking bright And Liquid, they realize, right, we're not actually going to head back towards that B side. We've been successful on A so far, so we're going to go ahead and get control of the hallways over here, start to set things up. If we want to come back towards the pointy letter, we'll have that option later on.
They've got to be careful, though, because that was amazing reads by SK. They read Team Liquid perfectly in that last round, because it was the same tactic they'd used in the second round, and then they heard the footsteps. They've got to do a better job of masking where they're going as terrorists.
And that is the big point, and that shows you just how crucial the information is. The audio information, if you hear those footsteps, SK Gaming are able to make a read off of that, and then that sets it up for the teamwork. The crossfire holds on that B site, and the blender for Liquid, they just walked right into it, and now it's straight into drop with the bomb, and FNX in position. Tad's doing a proud. There's another spray, and FNX all three, and that's the bomb dropped as well.
An effortless round coming out of SK here. No one going down, just JDM, the last man left, and I don't know what you do at this point in time. They're actually out hunting for him. He's going to miss the kill as well, and we'll be down to 4 health, and he's running right into Taco, so JDM not going to be able to save this sniper rifle. That ties up the scoreline at 2-2. They finally win a pistol round, but now things seem to have truly broken down.
You had to have known that. I mean, they had to have known it wasn't going to be that easy. It wasn't just going to be win the pistol round and then it's all going to be fine moving forward. This is now, it's a little bit scary though, because this is...
Are you saying that fairy tales aren't true? What's going on here, man? Is Santa true too? No?
I mean, this is what's scary. The strength of Team Liquid, we've talked about it. This Elige Nitro combo early on, they're so good at entering, they're so good at getting these kills, trading kills. Well, you look back to Cold and the triples he had on Train. Now you have FNX in one spot, doesn't even move. One clip gets 3 players. I mean, the strength of Team Liquid has been neutralized a couple times now by SK, so they're going to have to do a better job of this.
Probably not going to be in this round, though. They don't have any armor, and just some pistols. Leg shot, follow up with a grenade. Does a little bit of damage, but I mean, just safe play from Fallen, making sure no one can hunt him down. And it should be an easy cleanup from here on out.
Yeah, that isn't pretty. FNX with that AK long distance spray. Gonna drop Elige and JDM low. Hiko taking some damage as well, and well, the defense has been bolstered. Both Fur and Fallen are here. FNX as well, and Cold getting ready to rotate. So it's gonna get nasty here for Liquid.
This is the brilliance of the defense that SK sets up. You can see where Fallen makes contact, where he gets that leg shot, he falls away, and since it's so advanced, he finds time for his teammates to rotate.
No, that's exactly it. It's multiple layers of defense, and well, that was a brilliant round coming in from SK. No chance at all for Liquid to close the distance, to get up close for those one-shot headshots with the Tech 9s, that run and gun kind of pistol style that you're really hoping to make happen when you're the one who's obviously ecoing. Doesn't happen for Liquid that time around. SK Gaming just too good on that defense. And so now 3-2, SK Gaming in the lead, and we get another buy round coming in, but this is the problem now. JDM, not enough money for the AWP. And that's actually, he's been taking some criticism recently throughout this tournament. I mean, just the fact that he is just that core AWPer. All he wants to do is get the sniper rifle. When he gets a rifle, you actually see a little bit of a drop in his level.
Liquid setting up fairly early outside of the B-bomb site. There are some smokes and molotovs there to try and keep them back, but it looks like they want to try and see if they can keep the pace up here. And with FNX boosted up behind them, that could be extremely dangerous. Now they're going to push him, but they're not realizing that he's right there. Nitro, JDM being 1 kill each. That's a really good start. Taco's still on the bomb side, and the bomb smoke goes down. He picks up 1 more kill, almost transfers the spray, and now FNX coming in from behind. He gets the 1, but that's all he gets. Could have been way more. Fallen now 1 versus 2 with the AWP for the retake.
And he knows they're low. He's got the rifle now as well, and this is perfect with the M4. Elige on 14 HP, JDM on 29. There's the flash, and JDM actually flashes himself, so no need to help Fallen here, JDM. Let him do the work, and Fallen just moves closer and closer. Instant shot onto Elige, drops him, and now it's all JDM, and Fallen seems to have an idea of where he's playing from. Going to spot him out in the open, and it's an easy clutch. He makes it look easy. Fallen both kills, and the 4th round on the board for SK. And that's something that was brought up as well. A lot of clutch rounds going SK Gaming's way on Train, and it seems like it's not going to change anytime soon here on Cobble.
Tough part of having that low HP when you're a lead, you're just trying to gain information. You're just trying to peek and see where he's at, but because it just takes 1 bullet, Fallen picks that off, and then, you know, you mentioned the weakness of JDM's rifle. He baits him into committing to that fight where he's got all the cover in the world. Perfectly played by Fallen.
Now, the one thing they did accomplish that round is at least prove to themselves that that kind of a fast B attack can actually work. They did actually manage to sort of overcome the defense. They just weren't in a very good position, and because FNX was boosted up that quick, they lost an additional guy that maybe they wouldn't have otherwise. So I would say that's pretty good intel to gather pretty early on here, but still 4-on-2.
I mean, you could also tell that SK knew was coming. They had that fast flank, and here comes another fast beat.
Yeah, that AK just run and gun, and again, coldzera gets caught out. It's Taco holding on the site itself, and he's going to be able to pick up one kill. Still plenty of HP to work with as well. Looking for the second, and they're getting bogged down. Liquid, they need to get onto the site.
Hiko coming in with 2 big kills. Elise as well helping out. Now it's all on Fallen. Last time it was 1-on-2. This time it's 1-on-3. And he has the AWP. He's going to go for it anyway. It seems like madness. And he will go down for it as well. JDM picking up the final kill there with just 4 health left. A big round for Liquid.
They needed that, and they need many more because money has grown on the SK side. They have a lot of economy behind this. It is going to get dwindled a bit because they have to drop a weapon over to FNX, but still fallen with 5,300 after that drop. So another round that Liquid has to survive, and yeah, that B hit is starting to, that's 2 rounds now where at least the initial attack has been successful to get the bomb planted, to give them an advantage in terms of player count.
It looks to me like Cold is done getting run over. Now that AWP comes out, and we see the double up, one of the core gameplay coming, one of the core strategies on the CT sign for SK Gaming coming out. They have tapped into their bank quite a bit to make it happen. But Cold, now he falls back to chicken coop, and it's very difficult to root him out of there.
Yeah, and the analysts were talking about this before the game went live, about the potential for the double AWP and how it might affect you in a retake scenario. So Yanko was saying actually probably would prefer just a 1 AWP. So we'll see if that is going to be a factor here for SK.
Both of these guys are so good at using it, though, that it can do the damage. You can see Liquid using JDM with his op, trying to find an early pick. And this is, FNX is just like, I had success here in the past. I just had a triple spray down. Why not go right back to it, see if they're going to run into it again? But usually, I mean, this is where we saw the other day, Team Liquid drop JDM down, and he tries to entry into that B bomb site from the drop zone.
Look at the passive way that they've elected to hold here, SK Gaming. Taco not committed to it. Far just holding passively at connector. FNX and Taco with the overlapping fields of fire. And then Cold to anchor on the site itself. This could get nasty here for Liquid. They've got 40 seconds left to make this play happen. Plenty of nades left, but they've taken some damage already. And it's waiting. It's just the waiting game now. Simple is just he's waiting for the go signal as Nitro and Higo get ready to drop.
coldzera in the back line is going to be lethal. They have no grenades, only 1 Molotov there on Nitro to maybe root him out. They're going to charge out of block. FNX playing close. There's the kill coming in. And JDM will take down FNX, but do they realize that coldzera is back? And they finally do. And Nitro pick up the kill. Taco very nearly connects through the smoke. That would have been a beautiful kill, but it doesn't quite happen. 10 seconds now, and they are finally going to try for that bomb plant here. Still a 3-on-3, and they're just waiting for them. Liquid, they're trapped behind the statue. They need to fight their way out. Hiko picking up a headshot. Now it's a 2-on-3. Fur and Fallen are left, and somehow Liquid actually have got a good position. They're finally able to fight back as Fur takes down Hiko. It's all on Fur. He's alone. 1 versus 2, and he's out in the open. And JDM to get the kill. Double for him, double for Nitro. And Liquid pick up consecutive rounds.
That kill onto coldzera was key. Nicely done from Nitro, using that wall of smokes they set up to be aggressive, to root that position out. He knows he's not safe from one side, but he knows it's the best chance they have to finally get him out of that position. And this is now, I mean, even this time, SK read that. They had essentially 4 players in that site. Fallen as the 5th was rotating over very early. They knew it was coming. That execute took so long to come into play, and they still win it.
Now we have to see if SK Gaming are going to show us some grit here, some determination, because they're the ones on pistols, and we've seen them win an eco so far. A repeat performance would be horrible for Liquid. So Liquid, it's all about keeping their calm now and getting that buddy system into effect. They are moving around in pairs, not really leaving much room to work with, but unless what can you do? Fallen, it's like a race car, comes right around the corner, and another headshot. Fallen doing so much work.
I mean, when you have a guy that's out scouting your main opper, and JDM is no slouch. He can go toe-to-toe with the best of them, and he's still just getting destroyed in this round. So, again, SK about to have another miracle round over Team Liquid.
Good shot from Simple, but Nitro also goes down, and that was Fur hiding in the corner, and they didn't check it, so that's a big problem. Liege spraying wildly with a MAC-10. He's also alone in a 1-on-3 with about a minute left to try and see if he can somehow save his team. This certainly would be one of the most epic clutches if it happens. He's going for it, but FNX jumping and scouting. They save both the AWPs. And SK, what can you say? I mean, at this point, you feel like they're almost destined to win the second title.
It's a tragedy that Liquid loses that round when they have all the advantages, but it's a disaster that they give over 2 ops for free. That is such an expensive setup. Normally you want the CT team, if they're going to run that, they have to invest in it, but now they have 2 ops for free. Look how much money Fallen and Cold have just after 1 win.
No, that's it. Cold, he's actually got the other op waiting in the bank. If something goes wrong, no problem. We can go right back to it, gents. It's all good. Care of JDM and Team Liquid, thank you very much. I mean, it's huge that 2 anti-eco losses for Liquid. They just can't seem to handle it. Fallen's going to find a leash lurking towards Underpass, and so again, things continue to just develop here for SK Gaming. Simple tries to push out on a plateau. He's going to get shut down. Taco just doing big damage, and now it's all on Nitro. And well, he will find a little bit of a lurk kill there on FNX, but he's got a long way to go here in a 1v4.
Don't even know what it does to a team's confidence when you end up losing rounds like that. It's got to be so painful. Just knowing that you've managed to succeed, you got those great B attacks in, and then it just falls apart.
And even if you go back to Train, they lost a couple on that map as well, and that's when you start in the future heading into those rounds. You know it's an anti-eco, you know they're looking at pistols, maybe a scout, and that's where in your head you just get this feeling of impending doom, and it makes you play a little bit more passive, a little bit less confidently, and that's when those pistols, that's when the scout from Fallen really punishes you.
That's when we've seen teams shine in the past. Teams that win when they have the Tech 9s, that win when they have the CZs, because there is no pressure. They feel like, right, this is a throwaway round. Get in there and do some damage, boys. And they end up overrunning the defense. And we'll see what happens here, because first, he's just going to get plowed. Nitro just runs right over him, and he's leading the charge for Liquid. Quick adjustment here from Fallen, trying to get those anti-eco, well, basically the anti-flash is out of time, and he's not going to hit the shot. Point blank, never mind. Second try does it.
And they can't follow up quick enough to let Look at they're too far behind, and Fallen gets 1 more kill, and FNX still in the back line with a rifle. He goes down to Simple. I don't think he even knew where he was being shot from then. And now it's a 2-on-2, and make that a 1-on-2. JDM entirely alone here, trying to see if he can hold on to it. Taco and Cold Zero still alive on the other side. And Liquid haven't won many of these clutch rounds, but this time they're going to have to. Otherwise, SK are going to be back into it. And of course, Cold Zero picking up the kill. He's at 11 overall. And it's a 3-round lead for SK.
Fallen is such a god when he's in those situations, and he uses the movement that he has. It's so difficult to be able to get a good read on him, to be able to get a kill. Nitro had every advantage, still not able to do it. The second player even had more advantage and not able to do it. So Fallen, many times throughout this match, has just beat Team Liquid simply by his fundamental movement of the game.
Yeah, he has also that ability to just come through in key rounds for SK Gaming. The situations that you would think any other player would cave, Fallen shines, and he gets 2 kills that make all the difference yet again for SK. 7-4, SK in the lead, and Liquid once again on the pistols. And this time they aren't wasting any time. It's going to be going straight out onto B here for Liquid. They are trying to change it up. They're going into drop, and that's right into FNX's waiting arms. He's going for the spray, and he'll get traded. Simple doing work, and Eco as well.
Should have obviously played at the window. It is going to be a 4-on-3 right now. Cold Zero in the back line here. Just a chicken coop for him. Are they boosting back out again? It seems like they are. So they're actually boosted everyone back out, except for Hiko. Of course, someone has to be left behind. With the bomb, they have a timing window, with Spur is still covering here. And if they can just find that, it's going to be perfect. In fact, I really wish Hiko wouldn't do anything at all until they have confirmation about what's happening on A. Oh, but that's a grenade.
Ouch.
Yeah,
what did Guardian call him? The magic apple? That was painful.
Yeah, well now Hiko, that's the question. Does he become an aggressive lurk where he tries to create a distraction over towards the B bomb site? I think maybe he wanted to, but that nade has got to force him into a more passive role. So his job is going to be to cut off rotations, and one's already snuck by him.
Yeah, that's the main issue here. Cold Zero might be able to get in to connector, but Cold Zero doesn't actually want to back off of this either until Fallen has cleared out Plateau. And Fallen, he's getting a lot of information to work with. In the meantime, Fur and Underpass, he could be key, because he could quickly rotate in and just get the backstab. That hamstring on Simple, JDM, and Nitro as they charge onto the site. And Cold, does he realize it? Seems like it now. There's confirmation, and a wall-bang shot from Cold.
What a kill coming through on Simple. He's looking for more, and he's going to get it as well. All on Nitro. The bomb is down at least, but I don't think he has any hope of surviving here. I don't know how you could possibly stop this from happening. He's going to pick up the first kill. It's a good start, but still another 2 left. The bomb is planted, not quite for him, so if they're defusing, he's going to have a really hard time stopping. He charges in, Nitro spraying and connects, gets the headshot, but he can't stop Cold from defusing. And again, just the position of the bomb plant really working against him there. And there's a really nice try for Liquid.
It was a very nice try, but SK just so much utility as well. Their movement, I mean, Fallen pushing up kind of sort of neutralizes Hiko, and even more so when Fallen gets that kill, but you can see the positions they take. They're saying, okay, we'll let you get into that site. We're not going to try and stop this plant. We're way too spread out. So they get in positions where they're not committed to take a fight, but they can all work together once the bomb gets planted, once they know where the majority of Team Liquid players are.
That's some confidence right there in your ability to retake, in your teamwork especially. So, I mean, that is why SK Gaming, they are the best in the world. And they're looking so solid right now. Liquid, the underdogs, definitely battling, but they've got a long way to go. We still have Liquid, again, spreading out, and they are actually waiting for some aggression, in fact, over towards A long. SK Gaming, I mean, they aren't going to be pushing, but Liquid really are. They feel like something's coming.
The bomb is still quite far away. JDM and Leash covering that, so I'm wondering if they are going to try and fake it out. They got a lot of smokes going down on B. In fact, all of the traditional B smokes are down. But look at that. No one from SK is moving. They're holding on right now at the A side of the map. And it looks like Team Liquid will try and recommit here. Leash goes down, and now Fallen sees there's no one following up. They're not seeing any more action. So this fake that actually does end up in B anyway, it hasn't worked at all. Taco still on the side. The smoke is about to evaporate, and Nitro goes down. Cold, Fallen again. Taco helping out, and now Hiko, the last man left. They do get a bit of a secondary kill in there with the Molotov, but it doesn't matter. SK, they're cold as ice.
Tried to do something a little bit tricky with a lead. Was going to be a lurk, it looked like, to try and kind of sandwich things or get a kill from behind, but Fallen shuts that down, and you're right. The execution comes out, but since they don't see any presence, no one moves on the map. No one made any kind of a distraction aside from the smokes, aside from the flashes of that B bomb site, so Fallen has no reason. He trusts his teammates over at the B site. He doesn't need to look away from mid, and that's what punishes Elige.
No, that's exactly it, and he's so consistent as well at actually picking up that shot. It's several times now that he's just been finding these kills on underpass, finding kills on lurkers, and Team Liquid, well, they have to dig deep. They have to find a solution because it's almost over. 14th round, 9-4. SK Gaming with a terrific lead here at the end of the first half. And well, Liquid, they're still grasping. I mean, this is just the straight default kind of setup now coming out here from Liquid again, right? They're just waiting to see SK Gaming. Are you going to get aggressive? Are you kind of try and push on us to try and take the fight to us? SK Gaming, there's no reason for them to do so, however. They've just had so much success locking down the sites and waiting for Liquid to come to them. And so eventually Liquid are going to have to get over their fear and just go for the run.
I mean, the fast and aggressive rounds have been, I think, the most successful for them here at the B-bomb sign, but it's risky keep running that, but they're going to try anyway. It seems smokes are going to go down actually really far back with the smokes. They're in drop, and they have sort of committed to this site now. Elige is going to be moving up. Simple's there on the edge. They only have 50 seconds left, so they need to make a move, but look at SK. They have this situation read so well. Even Fur now rotating in cold. He does miss a shot, so he's going to get another chance here. They're wall banging him down a little bit, but there's the reply. Elige going to be going down. FNX picking up Nitro as well. It's now a 3-on-3 with 40 seconds on the clock as JDM picks up 2 big kills, a third one coming in, and now it's all on Fur. Somehow, the American sniper saves them, and that's an ace in 1 round. JDM destroying SK.
And they needed it because the riflers for Team Liquid have been punished on this hit so frequently. None of them wanted to be the aggressor. None of them wanted to make the play happen. And JDM, he's the one to do it. Once they eliminate Cold, he has every angle he could possibly want.
This is nuts, though. That's how quiet Liquid have been. That ace puts him up to 11 kills. He's the first team to breach the double-digit limit for Liquid right now, and it took an ace to do it. And it's into the 15th round we go, and we'll see if we can get a repeat performance because SK Gaming, they're digging. They actually don't have a whole lot of money to work with here. Fallen just had enough to squeak out an op, but we have 2 shotguns, a CZ on Cold, and a single rifle picked up on Taco.
At this point, you can't really rule SK out no matter what kind of equipment they have. It doesn't seem to matter anymore. Whenever they decide, they are just going to hit some crazy shots.
And outside of the scout buy from Fallen, I don't think that Liquid has seen someone on a platform like this. And look at Fur, he does get punished. Nitro, it's a very swift headshot.
That was key, and that forces Cold and Taco to actually rotate over here. He's seeing so many players. Fur is definitely called out to his teammates. Wait a second, we haven't seen the bomb, but there's a lot of action over here, and that's forcing the SK defense to spread out. Until they see that bomb, they need to try and cover all the entries. I like that Taco's going aggressive, though. He's really trying to find that information quick. And Cold's starting to feed off of this. He's actually looking to get over towards that B site, and that would be the perfect call to make in this situation if he can get up close to that CZ. Liquid, they're about to hit drop.
This is some beautiful Counter-Strike we're watching. The movement from Taco right now is destroying Liquid, even if he hasn't killed anyone yet. Look at the rotation. They're sandwiching them in right now. Fallen gets a shot, but Simple with a nice run through the smoke, but they need to get close to this shotgun. Taco picks up a kill. He's still alive. He gets one more in Cold Zero to close out the round and the half. It's going to be 10-5 favoring SK. They lose the entry, and then they simply make up for it by beautiful movement.
That B bomb site is the only place Liquid was having success for most of the half. Those fast, aggressive B hits, but they started slowing down. They started being a little bit more scared. They could see SK was positioning themselves perfectly.
It's just a brutal thing to witness, and Cold Zero once again leading the charge along with Taco. We're going to see how things pan out here in the second half after this short break, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
They say assumption is the mother of all fuck-ups, but it feels like at this point that you have to assume that SK are headed for a second title here. They are leading 10-5 in the second map, first half here against Liquid, who got just completely dismantled on Train. Moses, that American spirit, can it make its way back into the grand finals here?
What they really need to do is, even if they start out well, we've seen this half alone, this first half, 2 anti-eco losses. Now, one of them, admittedly, is down to some amazing shots from Fallen with that scout, but still, you can't be losing these rounds in this grand final. You can't be giving things up. This is stop momentum. The third round they lost, they go on another 2-round losing streak once they get things going, and they lose another one. And they keep shooting themselves in the foot. It happened on Train, it's happened now here, and this is a massive hole to dig themselves out of. For a team that struggled with pistol rounds, they need this one.
No doubt about it. And what I'm wondering right now is, we learned now that we've watched the Fur video that, you know, SK Gaming, they live in that house and it looks fantastic, right? But they might need to actually redecorate the living room, and they need feathers, right, to stuff into the pillows. So this Freedom Bird right now is just getting plucked. And more feathers. I don't know if Liquid have any more left to give. SK Gaming are looking fantastic, and they're showing no fear whatsoever. They go charging out onto the B side, and this time it's Fur. Double entry kill for him.
Well, Nitro and Elise are actually fighting back right now, and this is their last chance to make a stand. They must make this work. Elise is going to go down, but he did take 2 with him. The bomb is behind Chicken Coop. No one's picked it up yet. Cole gets a kill, and now it's a one-on-one. Nitro has got the double kill, and FNX hasn't touched anyone yet, and the bomb is not down. Nitro has time to work with. He's going to push in. He does spot out FNX. He has confirmation. He knows where it is. It's USP versus Glock. He's now back by Chicken Coop. He needs to find that bomb, and right now Nitro very, very patient. He's not even worried that FNX is sneaking around the other side. Think about how difficult it is to play this. He's looking for the shot. He does a little bit of damage and knows now that FNX is in the back line. He's going to smoke up on the left-hand side, and now FNX is going to go for the mind games. Rotates around. Nitro reads it, but he's still very low on health. Around the smoke, it's going to happen, and FNX will take him out. Oh no, Nitro actually played that so well, but it wasn't enough.
That smoke that he threw seems to mess. It seemed like it backfired a little bit. I'm not sure what his thought process was with it, but it actually seemed to help FNX more than it hindered him.
I saw you shake your head when he actually put that down. There is that little bit of hesitation that comes out.
When you're on a one-on-one, you better be very confident in pulling a grenade on at any point to begin with. But even that smoke, it's what is it doing? It's actually providing cover if FNX wants to have another avenue to make to do some kind of movement, to make some kind of play.
Well, another clutch goes SK Gaming's way. Another pistol. Team Liquid continue to struggle with the pistol rounds, and it's definitely going to hurt them here. 11-5. And they're still on pistols. Liquid trying to save up money for the rifles that SK Gaming, well, actually SK Gaming are they're going a bit French style here. G2. 4 SMGs. Okay then. But it seems like this is
working out.
Well, it's working out. Perhaps a read. They're just realizing, well, Liquid might not buy Kevlar in this second round, and so we'll look to make some money.
The goal for Team Liquid, Andrews, you'll love this. They bought 3 nades, which I know you're a big fan of. They were trying to go for some kind of nade stack, hoping that there would be someone from SK, maybe 1-2 players coming towards this B bomb suit, so they could just drop 3 nades at once into the choke point. Obviously, it doesn't work out that way. Much like Elige did, the SMGs for SK were just sent forward on scouting missions, and they found a completely wide open A bomb site.
Yeah, I definitely think it's worth the idea, especially if you're this far behind. You know, what a round if you picked up 3 kills with grenades, but that obviously did not happen. Counter there as Taco takes out Nitro, and a bit of a battle that really takes you back.
That has got to be one of the most epic battles in Counter-Strike history, actually, in the Tower of Kabul.
Yeah. Except if you were on a public server and you needed to find that last person hiding up there. Never a good time. JDM is also taken out. Not that I think it really matters here. I mean, it's nice if Liquid saves some pistols, but that's not going to what really sort of going to change this map, is it? They need something bigger than that.
I mean, I guess if we really want to get nitpicky, the one thing that irks me is that FNX is the one running off with the rifle, the only rifle that you have, you know, and he's running alone while the rest of you guys move around in a murder troop with a bunch of valueless SMGs, right? So, I mean, I know it's a bit of a stretch, but FNX, just keep the rifle with your teammates. That is the one thing that Liquid would love to pick up, is the rifle for this round here. Again, on pistols. Again, saving money for the next round, and this time around they will be stacking on B, it looks like. Liquid, 4 players here. Simple, the only one towards A to hold towards underpass. Taco, FNX, and Cold Zero waiting to say hello to him.
If they can punish Fur, they'll be able to rotate around the map. They just have to be very careful how they handle this aggression down drop. Because actually, he's still pressuring it, but he's being a little bit more passive. Fallen's going to drop back. He's going to meet up with his teammates out towards the A site, and Liquid do seem to have a read on this. They have 3 players over towards A. They have a 4th on the way there. Although, meanwhile, they've largely ignored Fur, who they know is at the top of drop.
Got to be careful about that, ignoring Fur. You never know what might happen. Even if they manage to sort of slow the initial attack in here if it comes to A, which it seems like it won't even do, but even if it did, you know, Fur could still be the guy walking in behind them from drop. So Elige is in a good position. Tragically for him, they have Molotovs, and if Taco throws his into the corner, Elige is going to have a very tragic and hot end to the round.
Fallen finds Simple, fairly easy kill there. A little bit of additional money, and this is all about drawing attention towards that A site. Little does he know, practically everybody is already here for Liquid. 3 players stacked on the site, ready to hold, and SK Gaming, they're actually going to rotate the bomb back into the stack. It couldn't be better here for Liquid.
Yeah, but if you have 4 members of that A bomb site, how is Simple just playing so isolated and alone? No one there to back him up.
It's bait. It's bait.
If it is bait, at least, they are getting really close to taking it right now. Fallen charging in, they need a quick kill here, and it's going to be Fallen to pick up that one. Finally, Nitro in the corner, isolated, alone, and they're coming for him with knives. Oh, and he gets one in return! Nitro takes down Taco, and now the Molotovs are finally going to burn him alive, and it's up to Elige. 6 seconds here, the bomb plant, is it going to happen? Oh, what? No, the fire! Oh, it's still going to happen. Fur taking out Elige. That would have been the round. 1 more second. How can it be real?
You can't script this. What is going on? I don't even know what to say. That is total chaos. Taco, you go for the knife. Are you mad? I think you would have been mad if you lost that round.
I mean, that's just such heartbreak. Again, another clutch situation comes down to that last second and nothing goes Liquid way. SK, this is just putting on a clinic on Liquid's best map.
Well, Taco is going to, basically probably calm down just a little bit after that. Bit of a hairy situation there. Definitely a little scary. SK Gaming setting up for a quick call and straight down into the drop. He just charges into Hiko. Looks like he ran into a brick wall, though. Hiko just shuts him down. And so now, SK Gaming down a man and still looking for a way out onto this site. JDM and Elige with their eyes on Plateau, and Taco thinking about trying to work his way through this smoke. Gets one of the smokes down of his own and maybe might be able to abuse that, but that incendiary, it's not getting canceled, and he's waiting, and he's going to get caught by Elige.
Very good use of grenades here, has given them a one-man lead. And rotation happening, and look at Nitro, he's sneaking in from behind. He really needs to stop running. At this point, you've already done so much for your team. Don't give it away by being too loud. Elige is right by the broken wall, and he's got Hiko there in a very good crossfire indeed. 50 seconds on the clock, and Elige going to try and fall back, and now SK going to make their move. Onto the bomb side they go. 50 seconds here as Elige picks up a good shot there. Fur going to be going down, FNX as well. And Coldzera last to fall. Simple picking up a double kill, and that will be 13-6.
There's the start, and they have 4 players survive. Nitro picks up an AWP. They can pass that over towards JDM. So they have everything in this round they could want to start a winning streak, to start trying to claw back into this game. Really nicely done to get some early kills and then just fall away, be passive, force SK to commit to the bomb site, not give them any easy kills. But now again, here's the next struggle. This is where the thought's going to be in the back of their mind. Another anti-eco coming out.
I love this though from SK Gaming, man. They know that they have so much time, so many rounds to work with here, that all they have to do is bide their time. They go for a half buy in this round, so they'll be able to go for a full buy with rifles and everything in the next round. So they do not want to give Liquid any room to work with here. They're going to maintain some pressure with the Tech-9s, and a very quick play, it looks like, out onto that B site. They aren't wasting much time here, SK Gaming. Already the nades for this execute are out, and now Hiko, round 2, and Taco's taking point this time.
Right on the other side, a lot of people coming in and straight to the face. Hiko is going to be out of the round now. 4 versus 5 is simple. Does get a kill in return, but they're getting overrun. These close positions are dangerous versus the Tech-9. JDM in the back line here. Nice flick on the Taco. It's a 2-on-2. He's bringing it back for his team, and there's still no bomb plan. Nitro is right behind. JDM just has to stay alive. Doesn't have to do anything else. They're coming for him, though. He's got the pistol out there running him down, and just teamwork coming out right now from SK. And a headshot. Oh, no! That's the 3rd kill in the round. My God, SK 2 rounds away from winning the grand finals.
That was a drive-by. It looked like an afterthought. You didn't even see Fur turn.
The presence though from Fur to know that the flank is the next logical place for any kind of aggression. It took so long for that flank to come into play.
You just have to take a breath after a round like that. How many of these rounds are we going to have? Another anti-eco failure for Liquid. SK Gaming coming through on pistols. And now, I mean, it's just Liquid. What can they hope to do here? They have 2 rifles, they have the shotgun and 2 pistols. This is all they could buy with their limited economy. SK Gaming, however, running with the double AWP. They have all the fancy toys. So now we get to see them put them to use.
Elige is playing a very dangerous game right now against Coldzera, and I wish he would stop, because I feel like it isn't worth it, Elige. He's still young, you've got a lot to live for. Just keep away from Coldzera. Coldzera, that is.
Especially the way things have gone for Team Liquid, you just know that a shot like that from Cold is just landing through that smoke at some point.
Yeah.
But now, I mean, look at the nades left on the Team Liquid side. There's not a lot left.
Oh, so this is interesting. Did Hiko just get boosted up and drop? I think Elige just went over there to boost Hiko up, so he might have an option here, but Fur is checking it. Very thorough play coming in here from Fur. Not sure if he heard any noise to alert him to the play, the trap that had been set by Liquid. But still, 50 seconds left on this clock. SK Gaming continue to run this clock down, and it looks like we're going to be heading over towards that A site. Fallen rotating in now with the bomb, and Nitro and Simple already set up solid on the site itself. With the remainder of their team are actually pretty far away, so this could get very tricky here for Team Liquid. Nitro and Simple have to hit some shots and stay alive for Elige to start rotating over.
Nitro is playing very close, but he's going to be in so much trouble. They're coming up the ramp as well, and he's going to go proactive instead. That makes a lot of sense. Simple now alone on the side. Backup is coming, and Taco, being caught in an uncomfortable position, ends up going down for ready and waiting, and no kind of backup possible here. Hiko going to fall as well. It is match and map and tournament point here for SK.
There were really no options for Liquid in that round, no tools that they had. SK has just defeated them soundly, taken everything from them.
This is just brutal, because when you're watching the minimap from SK Gaming, they just swarm the site. It's just, there's nowhere to hide if you're Liquid. You're constantly caught in crossfires. They're constantly getting in your face. They just don't give you any room to breathe whatsoever. And so, given the situation, it just can't happen like this for Liquid. They're on pistols this round, guys, and it's tournament point for SK.
It's so mad to watch, and you guys get a real good sense of it here. The round is going to be live, and we're into the 22nd one. It's hard to imagine that SK won't be able to do it. We would be looking for 9 straight rounds in a row here for Liquid to try and bring it back. Don't want to say it's impossible, but it seems increasingly unlikely here.
Here's that challenge again on the Cold Zera. Is he actually going to go for it? There's no smoke there this time. He has the scout. He wanted to go for something, but Fallen did it better.
And well, yet another terrific start here for SK Gaming. Hiko's on 5 HP. They have the man advantage. They still have all the firepower, and Fallen, they just can't get anything going. An underpass against him. He's always one step ahead. Yet another pick. JDM's been spotted by Fur as well. And Hiko is working his way towards connector. Fur hears those steps. So they have all the information now, SK Gaming, to make the play happen.
3 more kills, even with this big of a lead, even with so much going their way. They're still playing it slow. No one is rushing anywhere. No one's leaving anything to chance. JDM going down, Hiko going down, and now Nitro alone, 1 versus 5 with a pistol being flanked as well. SK Gaming, what an incredible team. It's up to Nitro. He does get a shot and picks up an AK, but there's no saving it. He has to go and fight it. They're getting close. Here's the spray coming through. He takes out Fur as well, but he's down to 12 health, and now it's just all in the details. Easy for SK to pick it up here. He's trying to walk through the smoke, but it's just not going to happen. SK Gaming, 2nd major championship in a row. They are your winners.
Here for the 3rd time. Is that momentum going to carry over here onto that 2nd map? I think that is the thing here, but Pronax is certainly the type of leader who will say, okay, I went, we thought we had an edge, I went for a bit of a gamble, took a map that I knew exactly, or at least I thought I knew exactly what NiP were going to be doing on. It didn't pan out, but we still have 2 opportunities to take this title. This is a best of 3 format here, so the next map will be Cash, and we should be getting into it just a moment's time. The pistol is about to begin, and Fnatic will be starting on the CT side here on the defense. NiP starting T side once again.
Just is, if played correctly, supposed to be a counter-terrorist map. Not hugely, not like Nuke, where you can expect to win 12 or 13 rounds or something like that, but still you should win the majority and preferably about 9. So that's what we're looking for here. Mid control is absolutely important on Cash right now, and Fnatic here are going for a bit of a gamble as they do put 4 people inside that A bomb site, just waiting, and it's a single person over at B right now. So the gamble is pretty huge here for Fnatic once again, just like with map picks. They're going to go for it. Now Olofmeister goes down, and is that the opening for NIP? Instant headshot, JW pushed in, Crims goes down, Viflaren with the shot, JW, 1 bullet left, he doesn't connect it, he's going to go down. NIP now rushing into the bomb site, and Pronax in the back here. He's going to be Molotov out of position, he's in the middle of everything, no cover, he drops, Viflaren picks up the double kill, and now Flusher 1-on-4 here. Bomb plant delayed for a second, but what can he possibly do?
This is so tough for him now. He's going to eat 8 damage as well, drop down to 30 HP. He's been spotted. They know exactly where he is. Morris already put shots through that smoke. He walks right into Freiburg, and the headshot is there. Get Right raises his hands, but you have to admire how it works out in that pistol round right there. Fnatic going for an aggressive play, and as we said, they needed to destabilize NiP early. They needed to shake their confidence, and that was exactly what that strat was designed to do. Get up in their face early on at A main, get those kills early on, but NiP, they had 2 guys camping right outside his squeak door. They heard Fnatic coming, and that allowed them to rotate in and completely counter them.
Fnatic going for a huge left hook and knockout blow to NIP, and they lean right into a right there. That's going to be taking them really down a couple of notches here. They do pick up a scout and also, of course, C-set 75s and body head armor.
Interestingly enough, it's Crims who's going to be using this scout. Now, we've seen Crims use scope rifles in the past throughout these playoffs matches, and he has had excellent results as well. So him having the scout, not that big of a surprise, actually. We'll see if he's going to be able to actually put it to use here, seeing how it's such a powerful gun. But Olofmeister, in the meantime, manages to get the drop on Freiburg, and that's the CZ75 going to work once again.
And NIP generally haven't been very good at managing the anti-eco rounds, like a lot of teams in this tournament haven't. So this early loss here is maybe going to affect them. They steal the Galil as well here. Olofmeister now with Galil, armor, and grenade. Not at all bad to start off with here in the second round. There's a body shot coming in as well. Crims, can he get another one here? Looking for the angle, and he's got cover and Flusher here. C-set 75 in hand. The timing is going to be everything. Flusher waiting patiently, and the patient pays off. He's going to pick up the one and launch out of bullets, but it might be enough anyway. Crims inside has already picked up a couple of body shots, and needs just one more here. Jumps to find Get Right. SJW, and Get Right's alone. A great second round from Fnatic already.
Get Right about to get caught as well. The flank is real. He's going to have a man closing in behind him. That's Olofmeister already using that Galil. That picked up earlier, and Get Right gets the headshot first. Unreal, but there's only 8 seconds left on this clock. Get Right cannot get anything done past this point. Decides to run and save his gear, and that is definitely the right decision to make in this situation. 1v3. Now, you have to admire Crims and his self-control there going into that round, because he gets the information, he spots the man out, tags him, but then instead of actually going for a repeat, instead of giving NiP a chance to find a shot on him, he backs off to that site, feeds the information to his teammates, and sets it up for Flusher to get the perfect flank on NiP. So Fnatic definitely keeping their cool here. They deserved to get that second round after plays like that.
Very, very nicely done. This is a map that shares something in common with a map like Nuke, where in the anti-eco, it's really hard for you not to get close to the pistols that the CTs have picked up. You have to get within pistol range, so maybe NIP need to come up with a different answer once they get into that position, if they do get into that position again. Grenades are going to rain in here, and it's Pronax holding, and he's actually very much alone. These grenades are so good for NIP. Pronax goes down, the backup's going to have some trouble. They charge right from the smoke. They're not going to be waiting. Now Fnatic have a great presence on this bomb from Freiburg. Instant double headshot, Get Right with a kill on Pronax, and the bomb site is lost.
The bomb site is gone. Great nade there from Crims. He still has that scout in hand. If he can tag, both 2 members here for NiP are fairly low, but they have to play it safe, and he's waiting for his teammate Flusher to rotate in from short. This is going to be the split play here from Fnatic, trying to get an edge on NiP, but the backstab is already under effect. Get Right is right behind them, and there's no way out now for Fnatic. They are boxed in, and the last thing they're going to expect is the backstab from Get Right. Works perfectly. Crims will rotate around and manage to pick up a gun, and this could be pretty big here. If he gets another kill, that would be great, but it's not going to happen, and he gets blocked. He gets boxed in at CT spawn. So NiP strike right back in the third round, come out swinging, and take it away from Fnatic.
And the question is, and this is what I was wondering, are they going to go for this really dangerous pattern where they try and force it up again? So they will actually do that, and that's something that could really have a big effect. We've seen this earlier in the tournament at least 2 or 3 times already, where a team just decides to keep forcing for a long time, and if it eventually pays off, if Fnatic get a round off of this, then it's all worth it. If they don't, they could end up double ecoing.
Exactly, but if they're in that kind of situation right now where they want to even out their money, if 3 of them have to double eco anyway, definitely a strong play here from Fnatic. And we've seen how lethal these pistols can be. 5-7 on Pronax, but he really is an exception to the rule. Olofmeister and Flush are going for the CZs, and 2 rifles picked up. Now we have to see if Fnatic this time can land the shots, because Nip, they're here to party, they're here to play, and they're about to take over. Bomb site, hey, there Olofmeister gets one, but it's only the one. Still getting the information, feeding it back to his teammates. Pronax still alive with the 5-7, picks up his Forrest, and he could get a second, but Forrest will shut him down.
Fnatic really staying alive for a long time here, allowing more time for JW to get in, so it's really good job from Olofmeister and Pronax then. Flush is walking up from behind as well. This could be really great. JW does go down. They're already shooting at that wall here. He's going to take the peak, and Exist is ready for it, but get right in. Exist are very low on health. Fnatic could definitely take this round, and that would be such a great performance if they could. Cream is missing a shot with the scout, missing once more. That's 2 really vital misses now. Flusher is not going to miss. He takes down Get Right. Bomb will be planted here, but Exist. This is a really terrible 1-on-2 for him. A single bullet, and he's going to be gone.
No, but a single bullet from him will take out either of these members as well. If he can land the shot, we have to see. He knows that there's a man in A main, and that is going to be the flank coming in here from Flusha. Crims is waiting on short with that scout as well. Exist boxed in very thoroughly here by Fnatic, and he tries to turn around. He tries to bait out a reaction from Flusha, but Flusha is just too quick, and now the defuse is coming in. 5 seconds left, and they will have ample time. Fnatic, I mean, this is so back and forth, Anders. This has turned into a real brawl here at the beginning of the half. The momentum is crucial for both of these teams, and neither one of them is going to turn away in this game of chicken.
And NIP have enough to actually buy 3-on-3 players, so I'd be shocked if they don't, and they will indeed pick it up. In fact, Exist has so much money, he's going to buy a Galil and drop it to a friend, so now they have 4 rifles on this team, and that's the bomb plant that made they could do that. If Exist hadn't got the bomb down that previous round, they would have been a full-on eco for NIP. So we're in the 5th round here of the first half of the 2nd map here, ESL 1 Cologne, and now it gets interesting again. Fnatic got to win this. Forrest looking for a kill in the middle. Look how aggressive and confident he is, charging in with the AK-47 in hand, and he's got a lot of information already. Pronax, though, will pick up the opening kill on Freiburg.
Well, that's going to slow Nip down somewhat here, but Forrest is in a position to be able to catch a man off guard if they get too greedy. Crims goes for the spray down, but Piflaren gets the best of him, and now Flusha has to chuck in the incendiary to slow things down. He can't let Nip speed up behind this. Forrest, unfortunately, does not find the kill on Olofmeister, and the line holds for Fnatic. They maintain the man advantage, and Nip, they still have nades to work with here, though. So they can still make something happen for themselves if Fnatic give them the opportunity, but I really do love this play from Fnatic. Olofmeister could just completely rock them, but no, Exist is waiting on the other side. Not fooled, and he could get the second frag, but JW's too quick.
He definitely should have got that second frag. That was a big mistake from Exist. He could have just walked casually and then got that one. So maybe a little bit of nerve coming into play then. But that was almost 100% kill there. Piflaren and Get Right now 2-on-3, and Flusha waiting inside this bomb site. 30 seconds left. And this is going to be really tough, especially because Fnatic's actually already making a rotation, so NIP have got to move very quickly here, and Flusha is smartly waiting, not peeking, just really good play. He's going to pick up the headshot here on Piflaren, and now it's a 1-on-3 for Get Right. Flusha will take him down. Solid play from this counter-terror side.
Yeah, very patient play, and there's the tap from Devil Walk on the shoulder, making sure that these guys are definitely
I actually think that if Exist had picked up that kill in the middle, that would have been NIP winning the round right then and there.
Absolutely, that was a crucial frag from JW, and managing to crouch and spray and actually find the kill on Exist. And I think you're all right. I think Exist did rush it a little bit there. Had he walked up, it would have been perfect. But Exist, of course, doesn't want to let the man that just boosted someone get away either. If JW was running, he could have got around into sandbags, and then it gets a bit tricky there. That's the way that it happens, or that it plays out this time, though. Nip are on pistol now, however, and they actually just have to deal some damage to Fnatic. They cannot let Fnatic's economy get out of control. And Fnatic certainly don't have much in the bank right now, so it's crucial for Fnatic to just have a perfect hold. But I actually like that Freiburg is going for a bit of a swag over there at Squeak Door. Open, close, draw the attention there.
Yeah, Swag's variation of that play actually, which is interesting, is to play with the door a little bit and then start shooting through it, hoping someone's going to peek. So something that Freiburg didn't do in that situation, but you're right, Swag from iBuy Power is, I think, one of the best players in the world at playing that squeak door on cash. So if you ever want to learn a little bit, he's a really good guy to watch for it.
We've seen him single-handedly wreck teams from that position. Teams having to put 3 guys on A just to deal with things and the pressure that he's putting out. But now it begins. Snip going for the double boost into mid. JW calmly clicking them away, however, with the help of Crims, but JW yet another one. This is just a series of frags. JW wants to pad his stats. He's got 4, and Freiburg already wrapping around, looking to get the flank, but Flusha, he's got his mates back. No way in for Nip in that round, and they actually don't accomplish much at all apart from, well, padding Fnatic's coffers. And that is definitely not part of the plan here for Nip. Fnatic, it seems like they won the game of chicken handers. They've stabilized here.
They have, and that's very, very important. That looked like it was going to be a knockout blow to them when they lost that first pistol round, but they kept their heads in the game, and somehow they got back in it, so that's really impressive. Shows a lot about the strength of character that's on this team. We're moving into the 7th round, and I like to see NIP try and go for something that's a little bit more aggressive, maybe. What I would love to see them do is a big crunch on the B bomb site, where they actually go for this event where Flusher is, smoke off the middle so the people in the middle can't help out, and then try and just rush into checkered and B bomb site quick. I think that something really snappy here could work out great for the Swedish Ninjas.
And they're actually doubling up over here as well. Fnatic really putting a lot of focus on mid, but this really has been the focal point so far in this match. Bit of the wall bang there from Pronax trying to tag up Freiburg looking for him as well, but nothing has been done apart from giving away the information as to where people are on this map for now. There's still a minute left on this clock, however, so Nip, plenty of time. I mean, we can see just how spread out they are right now, really trying to cover all of the angles because Fnatic can push. Fnatic can try and get out there and get that info, and Nip, they would be more than happy to get the advantage by getting that frag and the punish.
Yeah, Flusher actually getting a Molotov back, and they were waiting for him as he dropped out of the vent, so tiny trick there from NIP. If they had wielded a kill off of that would have been perfect, but as it is, they've just wasted a lot of time, and now 30 seconds left, and Fnatic still holding their ground, so gotta give some credit here to the CT side, making sure they didn't really do anything at all, and they've got a pretty heavy presence here at the B bomb side. NIP are gonna go for it with just 20 seconds left. This is gonna be flawless. It's gonna happen with JW taking down one. They're pushing up, McLaren and Get Right, getting some good kills in, and the bomb is going to go down. And look at NIP's post-plant positions here. They're so good. Moving out of the bomb side, leaving one guy in is exactly what you want to play this like. Fnatic now have to look all over the place to get the kills before they can actually defuse this bomb. Pronax is waiting right here, and he's going to be flashing in once. Can he get Exist down? He's playing a mind game here. Get Right goes down by the playground. Pronax looking for it, but he goes down. Exist with a great headshot through the wall then. Olofmeister comes in to take care of him, but now this bomb is already far ticked. They have the kid on Olofmeister. Is holding, but he's not going to be holding long enough, and they can get the defuse. So a really good retake here. It's very close, but Fnatic, they will be able to win the round.
And that was actually a mistake there by Jafar, and really managing to turn that into a 3-on-3 situation. We can see, I mean, the happiness on Olofmeister's face after that play. Pronax as well. They are definitely getting confident here in this CT half for them. But at the end of the play, Nip, they had the 3-on-3, they had the afterplant positions, and honestly, if Fiflarin waits one more second there before peeking out, one more second before peeking out, they have that round. Fnatic don't have the time for the defuse. So
that may be true, but the problem is he doesn't know if someone's flanking him from his left-hand side. So if he stays behind the box, they're going to come running up. The big issue, the thing that really screwed that round was actually Get Right going down by the playground. He should have been able to do more from that position, I think.
Crims, I mean, right now Fnatic have really just got all of the momentum going their way. I think that's the most important thing here. And when a team of this caliber starts to really feel confident in their shots and their abilities, their calls, it's when Nip really start to struggle. So this is going to be all about now the picks, because Nip, they get the plant, so they're able to actually go for a pretty reasonable buy, but limited nades to work with. No HEs, only one flash. At least they have the smokes. So we have to see if they can find anybody peeking, but you have to actually admire Fnatic's patience in these rounds on their CT side. They're giving so little room for Nip to work in as far as actually picking up entry frags that would allow Nip to speed up behind it. And this is exactly the style designed to counter Nip, because Nip are a team that thrive off of entries. Once they get that first frag, they're incredibly good at speeding up behind it and overtaking a site. Fnatic playing so passively, so patiently means that Nip have to come to them, and things like this happen. JW forces out the error and manages to catch Force with that AWP.
Yeah, Crims going to pick up a good kill here off McLaren, and this is not working out at all for the terrorist side, just getting picked up one at a time. Really good defense from Fnatic. And now we're talking about 5 rounds in a row on the CT side of Cash here. Now, NIP picked this map, and I'm wondering where are some of those cool terrorist side strats that we do see on the track. There are a lot of different stuff you can do here. Boost in the middle we've already seen, but like I was talking about earlier, there are some really cool rushes you can do to the B-bomb side too that could work out. And even just trying to take more mid control, NIP have been very passive in the middle, apart from those boosts.
Well, they have 4 flashes and 2 smokes right now, and it seems like they are kind of heading over towards A. Are they going to go for a bit of a mixed boost? It seems like the first 3 are going to be going into A main, 2 into Squeak, and Nip, they definitely want to get out here fairly quickly. I like how they wait already to see if they can get a punish on anybody pushing in here by Fnatic early on, but now Nip gather, and this is going to be the take of takes. Can Nip land the shots? The Molly's going to go down from Olofmeister. That's going to get pretty hot in there fairly soon here for Nip, but they have to go charging through. They're actually running out of time here. The rotation will be coming in from Fnatic. The crucial kills have to come back, and so far Fnatic are lighting them up. Nip, only 1 kill going that way.
Yeah, oh, and a second one for preparing. These pistols are doing something good here for NIP. They've already got 2 kills. Picking up 1 more would be great, but it's not going to work out. JW makes sure it stays at just the 2. Still fairly successful eco round, I would say, for NIP, investing in a couple of grenades and coming away with 2 kills. The bomb plant would have been great, and I think those smokes were meant to try and secure a bomb plant. Doesn't work out so well. 10 rounds in, and now it's a unit double up set up for Fnatic here. JW and Olofmeister both. Now I'd love to see NIP make a change, and I think they will. These 3 Molotovs they have tells me it could very well be an A push coming out here.
I mean, they can cover quite a bit of ground with that. You usually use it to check the corner around Squeak, behind quad boxes, at the back corner of the site. Molotovs are very useful for taking over that A site, but they can be useful for basically starting the burning ring of fire on B side as well, and forcing the defenders off of that bomb site and really opening it up. Freiburg has the molly in hand there, but they're not really going to be doing too much with it. What I really like from Fnatic here is that this double op play just shuts down practically half of the map. JW and Olofmeister both terrors with these rifles.
Look at this. This Molotov is going to fake the vent, so this is going to pretend, they're pretending right now that it's a B push. Try and force back Crims, he will force back, and that's what they did last time they did B. Unfortunately for them, Flusher picks up the kill in the middle on Forest, so now maybe Fnatic are going to realize, in fact they will realize they're already rotating up, and it's a 4-on-5 right here. Olofmeister in the back by the quad boxes, a lot of fire, but no real action from NIP, and Fnatic are in such good positions. I don't see this working out at all. Flusher, easy kill on Freiburg, goes for the kill and Squeak as well, but Clown insists they do return a little bit here. Olofmeister sees 75 to the face, and it's a quick double for Olof. Very, very cool play. Now get right in a 1-on-2 with 30 seconds. He's going to go for the plant if he can. Be hugely important if he can put this bomb down. He's got 25 seconds. Can he make it a 1-on-1? Not quite. JW, that was so close by Get Right.
That was so close. That was a pixel off right there. JW strikes faster, however, and that is going to be yet another round going towards Fnatic. 8 rounds now on the board for them. 2 only here for Nip, and this is really when Nip start to feel the pressure. I think they need at least 5 rounds on this half to feel confident with their performance in this first half on their T side. And I mean, with how difficult it is for them to be able to get onto these sites, and for them to deal with how Fnatic are playing this right now, those 3 rounds, that's a lot to ask, I feel. So Nip, again, going to be able to go for a bind. Get Right, in fact, going for that AWP on the Ninja's side. And we saw how effective that was. He had a couple very strong rounds on Cobble. We have to see if he can pull it off here on Cash. JW already waiting around the angle, and this could be brutal.
It will be brutal. It's a headshot, no less, on to Get Right. I do actually still love the idea, but you're challenging Get Right, also JW and Olofmeister. It's going to be difficult. That's a great long distance headshot there from Forest. And a second one picked up now. It's time for Forest. He's angry, tired of losing rounds. They've lost 5 in a row, or even more than that, actually 7 in a row is what they're up to now. So they want to see if they can bring it back.
Forest trying to make it happen here. They've got the man advantage now. He needs to play it patiently. He still has 2 nades on him that can help take a site, but he's off on a mission. He's trying to sow confusion in the ranks. Fnatic already with the setup, however. Olofmeister putting that AWP to use. He's been smoked off from CT now, however, so he has to actually try and work his way through. JW looking from on high. It's a double op hold, and Fnatic need to land the shots. It's absolutely crucial.
Look at who's coming up from behind. If they get this bomb down, there's a backstab. In fact, Olofmeister goes down. It's a 2-on-3. He misses the shot. They are being crunched in. Fnatic guys gotta commit right now and get the kills. JW trapped, but he's going to go down. Forrest with the triple kill. Perfect movement from Forrest. The first 2 headshots were great, but the decision to trust his teammates to get into that bomb site and then backstab Fnatic, that was very, very cool.
And these are the kinds of plays that NiP are capable of because of that trust, because of the ability of everybody on this team to step up when it's necessary and land the key frags. NiP sneaking below heaven as well, predicting where JW would be watching from, and then managing to get on that site to get the plant. Very well played there by the Ninjas. Fnatic, despite their best efforts, couldn't hold them back. But now we have to see Fnatic bounce back. They have plenty of money to re-equip with ops, and Olofmeister already picking off Inflora and then gets the second frag. Gatright is out of it, and Fnatic right back into the mix. 2 kills and a huge advantage going into this round.
3 on 5, trying to challenge Olofmeister again, turning out to be a really bad idea for NIP. And actually Fnatic, well, I mean, NIP don't really have enough money to buy an extra round. They might force it up anyway to try and see if they could get up to 5. But if NIP could end up winning this round, Fnatic would have 2 players that wouldn't be able to buy. So there's really a lot riding on this one round for both teams. But looks like Fnatic are stabilizing, and again, they're making great decisions on where to actually hold. They seem to really read what NIP are doing quite well.
Now, this is the difference between one of the newer maps and one of the older maps that these teams have so much experience on. Both of them, in fact. And now we can see that effect having here. Olofmeister missing his 3rd shot. However, he's still alive on this site, and so long as that remains the case, it's going to be tough. But the flank comes in from Cribs. He's going to get 2 kills, and we're into a 3-on-1. Forrest stuck in checkered, nowhere out. No way to get out of that room. Flusha with the flank will obliterate NiP, and now we look at a very tough decision here for NiP. Do they decide to eco and bank it all on the 14th round, or do they decide to force up here? It would be amazing if they did that.
Yeah.
They have to go for pistols and nades here and really just put it all in that 14th round.
Yeah, forcing it would mean 1 rifle essentially, and then C-sets on everyone else, and that's a little bit more than they're willing to invest into, especially because if they did that, we could be seeing a 12-3 first half here for Fnatic. So NIP gambling on 10-5 instead of anything else.
NIP once again really spreading out across this map as well, trying to see if Fnatic are going to get greedy. We haven't really seen that from Fnatic, however. JW is actually taking a little bit more of a peek than usual. Really looking to see if he can't get ahead of NiP, but it's going to be Crims with an insane flick shot. What a headshot on Forrest. Very nice reactions there displayed by Crims, and we've been seeing terrific play from him throughout the entire tournament. Him and Olofmeister both are big parts of why Fnatic are this far in the tournament now.
JW seems to be almost unstoppable in this position. I wish they would actually figure out a way to deal with this. They can grenade this spot, and Freiburg's going to use a pistol instead to get rid of him. So that's a really important kill, just trying to stop JW. Pronax caught with the grenade out, could have easily gone down then. That was very, very close. And is he going to check the corner? Freiburg is right there by the forklift. Pronax, very quick, swift reaction here. And now get right, it's just a matter of time. Grenade rains in, and there's actually going to be Flusher with the rifle to pick him off. So nicely done. Eco round from NIP, so they didn't really accomplish much more than the 1 kill here. But I wish they could figure out a way to deal with JW in that corner, because that seems to be a place he's just holding for a number of rounds. And once it becomes too predictable, NIP should react to it.
I think NIP really, it's past time that they really try and change up their style here, because they're still looking for the pick play, but Fnatic are doing such a good job of playing passively, holding so far back that NiP really can't find the kills. It's really slowing up NiP and forcing them to go for these plays with 30 seconds left on the clock, and that's not enough time. I would love to see a very quick play out of NiP, try and change up the pace, go for an A rush, go for a B rush, get in Fnatic's face early on here in these halves. Krim's already setting up to catch the man, setting up for a play, get right. Takes a bullet, but is actually going to be able to live.
A little bit of damage exchanged, but nothing more comes of it. And NIP, they're very determined to go to this B bomb site. They're very determined to have 3 people here. It's a really good opening for Get Right. Picks up the 1 kill here. Olofmeister covering. He's been so deadly with this AWP, and he's going to miss the next shot here. Got to be careful he doesn't get smoked off, and there is, in fact, a smoke for NIP. Now it's on Flusher to try and keep a count on how many people are down here. They throw some grenades up, trying to see if they can make the safe cross, but it's not safe when Flusher's watching. Takes down people around, and more grenades to follow. Flusher eventually goes down to Freiburg, and now it's a 3-on-4. Bomb is being planted here, but now NIP are almost all stuck inside the bomb site with the exception of Forrest. See if he can actually make the difference. I definitely think he can. Last time he did, except for a different angle. That's also going to be confusing for Fnatic. They do have plenty of kits and even a smoke kit to try and prevent one access route back in from Forrest. Flashbangs raining, but now it is a go. They're going to go for the retake here, and it's a 2-on-1. JW landing a shot with the smoke, not going to get it. He's going to go down to Forrest again. it is Patrick to come up from behind to save NIP.
Yeah, getting that entry again, crucial there for Nip, and we can see what happens. That's the thing. They find that frag, and then they instantly start applying pressure to the site, speeding things up, forcing the rotation out of Fnatic, but also just knowing how to deal with it. Olfmeister missing that shot initially, and Nip taking advantage to smoke him off and get things rolling. So, once again, Nip, in a round that they cannot afford to lose, they need that 5th round desperately going into this second half. It is a bit CT side, and we see that Fnatic definitely demonstrating that with a strong defense, it's very tough for the T side to get in here. But for now, at least, Nip once again just sneaking around, not exactly spread out so far. And now I really love to see it. Are they actually going to manage to get in here quickly and find that opening frag?
And they try and flash. JW almost works, but he's still in the back here, jumping back to take a position. Pronax by the forklift, goes down, exists with the opening. JW now, this AW is not good at this range, but he still picks up a grenade. Another kill, a quick triple. JW crushing NIP in this bomb site just long enough for the backup to come in. Now Get Right is in a 1-on-4. That is such a huge save from JW, and he gets the final one. The 4 kill comes up. Fnatic 11-4. What a beautiful first half for them.
JW been styling there at the end with the HE kill at the same time as the AWP kill. 2 birds, well, with 2 stones, but hey, it works. JW really locking down that site, and that's what made it possible there for Fnatic, with Exist getting the entry onto it by a forklift as well. Really thought that that was going to go Nip's way. It was absolutely crucial that JW hold that position on the map and allow for Flusha to rotate in to support him. But right now, we're going to have both of these teams essentially talking it over, trying to figure out exactly what they have planned for us here, and I think a lot of that is going to be happening on Fnatic's side right now, because if they can pick up this pistol round on the T side, the amount of pressure that's going to be on Nip going into this beginning of the second half is going to be monstrous. Fnatic could just run away with the game right here and take this to the 3rd map, which is Inferno.
Yeah, like we started off saying, this is a CT-sided map, but not like Nuke or anything else. So getting 11 rounds is very, very impressive. And I'd say winning the pistol round basically does give the map to Fnatic, unless NIP just go completely nuts. But I think even for NIP, this comeback would be too much to handle. At that point, you'd be at a 14-4 scoreline, and you should be able to win it, even being on the CT, on the terrorist side here. We'll have to find out, of course. We are just waiting about 40 seconds left. If you're just joining us, then a big welcome here to the stream. This is ESL 1 Cologne 2014 at Gamescom, the 3rd major tournament in the Counter-Strike Global Offensive Series. The first one went to Fnatic, and they're back in the grand finals. The second one here, that went to Virtus Pro in Katowice. That was also an ESL event, and now we have the 3rd one coming up here with a rematch of the DreamHack Winter Major. Really impressive stuff coming up, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. Hashtag ESL1 on Twitter if you want to chime in and invite your friends. Now's the perfect time to get friends involved in Counter-Strike.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we're big shout out to the league community for tuning in, as well as all the others. This is the match to watch. It's 2 titans clashing here in the grand finals. A rematch, as you said, from DreamHack Winter, but Fnatic and Nip, they go way back, and this is huge. Now getting into the second half here, it is going to be a change of sides. Fnatic now on the offense, Nip on the defense, and now the question is, can Nip secure this pistol round and give themselves a fighting chance in this second half, or do Fnatic just railroad them and take it to map 3? We find out now. And what exactly do Fnatic have in store for us here? That's the question. Pronax, the mastermind, keeping quiet during the beginning, during that break, not talking too much. So it really does seem like Fnatic, they've thought this out, they know what to do.
Yeah, they already have the solution. It worked in the first half, it's going to work in the second half. Great smokes coming up in the middle, and they're going to charge it. And this is what I wanted NIP to do. That's what I was talking about. Quick rush into the vents, but they are going to actually fake it out here. JW is just pretending, while the rest of Fnatic are seriously committed to taking this A-bomb side. And there's only the 2 people holding here. They're going to be charging in. Olfmeister goes instantly down. Exist with a blinding headshot. He's going to get killed by Crims anyway. Forrest picks up one and then goes down. A lot of trading, and Get Right is going to try and see if he can put an end to it. A bomb plant already. That's the first thing accomplished here from Fnatic, and now Crims and Pronax trying to hold it. NIP do have a kit, and they even have a grenade here.
Now the question is, where do they place this grenade? The HE goes raining in, and Pronax and Crims still alive and intact. One of them blind, and now Nip take advantage of that to start pushing in, applying the pressure. Pronax in a key position. The crossfire could be brutal. Crims alive still, and this is forcing Nip out into the open. Crims with 2 headshots, and this is the 3rd. Pronax will tomb them, and Fnatic take the second pistol. This is now a brutal turnaround. Nip, this is their map to boot, and nothing is going their way.
It really feels like it isn't at this point. 17 rounds, and it's a 12-4 scoreline. This could very quickly turn into an Inferno map for the third in the grand finals. That would be pretty much an ideal situation for everyone watching.
That would be a thing of beauty. We have to go the distance. It has to be settled on the third map, 16-14. That's what we all want. We want it to go all the way. But Fnatic now going for the boost up into mid. Nobody here though for Nip. This is just Nip going for a stack, about as clean as you can get. 3-2, really counting on the CZs to work the angles and hold these sites.
Fnatic getting so excited that they actually forgot the bomb inside the T-spawn. They're so excited to win this game and move on that they don't even want to put the bomb down. They just want to kill NIP members and see if they can pull it all the way home. And that's not a bad strategy, I say. That seems like that's the reasonable plan for right about now for Fnatic.
Fnatic actually with a healthy mix of SMGs on their side as well. Flusha going for that MP7, which he has been favoring in recent matches, and Olofmeister with the Pro 90, so they no Kevlar on Nip means these weapons can shred them instantly. So we have to see if Fnatic can actually line up the shots. Olofmeister goes running in and takes Freiberger out instantly, and now it's going to be the man falling back onto this side for Flaren. Has to hold the angle, and he gets the drop on Olofmeister, manages to pick up the gun.
Nicely done from Flaren, and steals the P90 as well, which is kind of cool, but it would be even better if they could somehow get this P90 over to exist, because he's actually the only one who has body and head armor here, but he's all the way on the other side of the map. It's a really good shot from JW. Geralt goes down, and even with the P90, Flaren can't hold this bomb site. 50 bullets is a lot, but not enough to deal with every single member of Fnatic coming in, so he's going to go down. It's the MP7 from Flusha seals it.
Yeah, $600 in Flusha's pocket. He's going to be pleased with that. That's the whole purpose of that gun. Forrest calmly clicks Scrims away though at long range, and now it exists, and Forrest alive. Scratch that, make it exist in a 1v3, just looking to do damage. He needs to find another frag, and that would be terrific here for Nip. They've already got 2 in this eco round. If he can get 3, that's so much money that Fnatic have to spend. And goes for the fight, but Flusha and Pronax team up on him, and Fnatic managed to stay alive. 12 rounds, 3 members surviving, and that's kind of a mixed way. Nip, they can consider that a win.
It's all right. There's actually something I hadn't noticed in that last round, which was that by the time they killed Flaren, there's about 9 seconds left. So a moment of terror. If the bomb planter dies or the bomb carrier dies to Flaren there, that's actually a little bit scary. Fnatic cutting it close that round, but it turned out fine for them. And now they're only 3 rounds away from making this a 1-1 scoreline and moving on to Inferno as the third and deciding map of the grand finals.
This is all on Nip at this point, and once again they go full CZs. They really are going to have to go for that 14th line, building the wall now and hoping that Fnatic won't be able to pound their way through. 13 rounds for Fnatic means once they take this round, they only need 2 to secure the win and move on to map 3. But once again, Fnatic, I really do actually like the setup here from Fnatic. 3 guys in there, 1 towards A, 1 towards B, making sure that Nip can't get cheeky and peek out anywhere, start pressing for information. Nip will hear those nades go off mid, and we do have a bit of a rotation coming through, but again, it's just holding on the sites right now, Nip. They want the bleed time off the clock. They're playing Fnatic's game, really. They're not giving Fnatic any opportunity to get any free frags.
Yeah, but Fnatic have decided JW, since he only has a pistol, why not just use him as a scout and see if he can figure out something in the middle, and he doesn't actually spot anyone in that bomb site, so he's just going to be falling back to middle, where he's definitely going to run into a couple of people here. Freiberg up on the high ground towards the B bomb site, seeing if he can pick up anybody running in, and again, Fnatic going for B here. Geralt doing a lot of damage in the middle though, and that could lead to something, but there's nobody covering him.
Yeah, and Fnatic just very thorough here, making sure that they smoke up everything, use the nades, stay alive. Olofmeister just mowing them down as they come rushing through. Nip plummeting out of the heavens, and the last man alive, Get Right, cannot get a frag. So a perfect anti-eco executed by Fnatic, and that was very clean work from them, keeping their cool and never really giving Nip the opportunity to drop them. Now we go to the crucial round. Nip with 4 rounds on the board in the 19th round, go for their first buy, and it's rifles, nades, no AWP. They're just going to be planning on landing all the shots with the machine guns here.
Now, I said I don't think NIP is going to be able to make a comeback at 14-4. I think that's too much to ask. Of course it's possible, but they're going to have to convince me at least. I'm remaining skeptical at this point here. Yeah, JW with that AWP, NIP have invested everything into this round. probably be the most impressive comeback we've seen so far, because it's in a grand finals as well. If NIP somehow could win 12 rounds in a row on this map, that'd be insane.
Well, NIP, I don't think even know what the score is right now. They're just thinking one round at a time, one round at a time. We play our game, we focus, we do exactly what we did in practice, and we can make it work. But it would certainly be one of the biggest comebacks in history. Fnatic now looking to see if they can't get over into a position to take on the rotation, however, coming in from NiP already, because they do have a man holding very close on short, and one who can apply the pressure from mid as well. So we have to see exactly how NiP managed to hold this, but the clock is ticking. There's only 45 seconds left now for Fnatic to make their decision, and it will be the A play. Pronax going for the molly, and quad box Exist is going to be rendered useless. He's caught in a corner.
Nice opening kill from Olofmeister. Flusher is going to follow up on that trend, and Get Right goes down. Forrest in the back. He's trying to stay alive, trying to see if he can get some more kills in, but he's going to get dropped by Pronax. It's a team effort. Pronax picks up a quick double kill, and Freiburg in the middle is going to fall to Flusher's headshot. An effortless round from Fnatic. Great grenades, flashbang smokes, and everything, and they really do have this on lockdown. So far, it feels like that NIP had better strats and better idea of how to play Cobblestone, and on this map, which NIP picked, it seems like Fnatic are just in the driver's seat. It's going to come down to this round. It's 15-4 map point here for Fnatic.
Now, Fnatic have been the driving force of this map the entire way through. They knew exactly how to counter NiP right from the start, play super passive, and never give NiP the entry. And going into the second half here, what are they doing? No rushes willy-nilly, etc. apart from the start. They actually just slow everything down and then go for a very clean execute. Something that NiP have sometimes a lot of trouble to deal with if they can't actually shut it down immediately. So Fnatic now one round away from taking it all.
Look at Forrest just sneaking up in here. This is really cool. Flusher has no idea. He's going to be walking back, but he has no reason to. He realized his teammate was just in the middle, so that's almost an execution coming out from Forrest there. Steals the AK and runs away. It's a pretty good round.
That's the weakness of having two guys boosted up like this. We have to see exactly where Fnatic, if they're going to manage to make it out mid in one piece, and they do actually manage to overwhelm, well, nobody, because nobody is here from NiP. They collapse back to the sites, and they want to maintain the man advantage NiP. They want to make Fnatic work for this, and Fnatic with the firepower looking for the frags, but they can't find anything quite yet.
JW hoping someone's going to be forced back. I mean, if they just go peeking, he's going to take one down. So Forrest roll that he did is still going to be dropped. Freiburg bombed him over by the playground. He's still going to go down. Olofmeister coming in from the vent room and taking him down. Flaren, flash goes in. JW point blank range with the AWP. Work out, and Flaren is going to go for a quick double. Very nicely done. And Crims is going to get the bomb down. And if he can clutch it here, no, he's actually going to wait. Again, he wants to go for a one-on-one instead of a one-on-two. Absolutely.
It's a dangerous game he plays, though. And with 10 seconds left, he will get that plant. Now he has to find the man peeking, the man working his way out on Sky. That sets it up, and he breathes it. Gets Get Right, but can't get the final frag. Exist will find him from the heavens, and now there's plenty of time for the defuse. He has a kit. It only takes 5 seconds, but that's more than enough, and NiP holds it off one more round. Fnatic sitting on 15, but NiP with 5.
That bomb plant for Fnatic means, I mean, even without, they still have plenty of money. I think it was 11,000 on Pronax at the beginning of this round. So NIP have to win a number of consecutive rounds here before they can start to force ecos. 10 in a row could be done, but you have to imagine, you have to calculate for the amount of pressure that's on NIP right now. Everybody realizes one single entry frag for Fnatic that could seal the deal.
And that's exactly what they're going to be looking for here. NiP changing up a little bit how they're holding, but Fnatic not really giving them the opportunity. Once again, we could not have any aggression on the other side either. It's really just NiP spreading out.
I think Flusher just saved himself. He threw a flashbang that's actually meant to counter Get Right if he's in a slightly different position in that bomb site. And Flusher flashed himself and then backed up. I think if he had kept pushing, he would have been picked up on Get Right, I think. I mean, that was accidental, but it was kind of funny.
Opportunity here for JW to strike. He's trying to click away the headshot on Forrest, but he's not going to manage it. Drops down to 32 HP, decides to try again, Crims. And Crims is going to take the fight. Forrest not finding the frag there either. Drops him down to 28. The door is politely closed, but it's going to be Flusher finding Get Right in the end on the other side of the map.
Nice kill on the one guy who has an AWP, so Flusher coming right back into it here. They are low on health. Flaren is not going to realize, and actually that may be a bit of a mistake here. They should have probably realized there's going to be someone pushing up here. Now it's a 3-on-5, so Fnatic, they're inches away from doing this. Third map might be coming up. Forrest is snuck in. He's going to get the 1 kill. He didn't spot anyone, but there was someone there, so now Forrest is going to be trapped in here. Can he stay alive? AWP and Olofmeister says no, sir. JW charges in. Freiburg trying to hold it. A really cool flashbang. Picks up the 1 kill. He needs a lot more, and he's not going to get it. It's Olofmeister again. Double kill. Exist 1-on-2. 15 seconds. The bomb goes down. Olof is going to be dropped. The Exist trying to clutch it. And JW's on 12 HP. Switches sides. Trying to see if he can bait out Exist here. And the Swedish captain waiting on the other side. Seeing if he can get it done. Ticking away. He has got the kid. He's creeping up slowly, and JW is walking around the other side, firing a shot. He reveals his position instantly. That bomb is far ticked. Exist has the perfect angle for it. Very smart play. Cold as ice, and it's going to be another round for NIP.
The perfect hunting down there, but Fnatic, they have so much cushion right now going into this. The damage that they have just inflicted to NiP's economy by killing off 4 members, we can see the effect that that has here. NiP still no bank on their side. They have to spend everything to re-equip once again. So Fnatic are going to be very pleased with the outcome of that last round. They just want to find themselves in these positions where they're going to be able to apply maximum pressure to NiP and make sure that NiP have so little room to work with here. Excuse me. It really does come down to NiP not really caring, just managing to find the frags, really.
And it's so close all the time. This time was actually a double entry from Fnatic. They had a 5-1-3 and they ended up still not quite winning the round, so it was really close. And NIP has to be worried. If every round is down to a 1-on-1 clutch, that means probably before the comeback happens, it's going to go the other way. Forrest almost gets the opening shot there. And that's dangerous, leaving that door open like this.
It's risky business, and Forrest crouches, puts his shot through the barrel. You can't shoot through those, unfortunately for him. But he will try and put one through the door. I love how Crims is playing a bit of a swag yet again. The smoke is going to go down to block off Forrest. Forrest quickly changing his position. This could be a highly likely spot for him to get picked off. However, Olofmeister already trying to pre-fire around that angle. But there's yet to be a frag here. NiP already rotating in to shut this down. Exist strikes first, then Biflaren. Exist winding them up as they get off to the side. Olofmeister flanked by Biflaren. It's finally going to get one from Flusha, but not for long. Forrest finds him in the end, and NiP will collect their 7th round.
Holy hell, Exist has been playing well in the last 3 or 4 rounds, just picking up so many kills. He's up to 16, which is still some distance away from the scores that Olofmeister, Flusher, and JW are dropping here, which are 22 and 21 kills each. Definitely very impressive, but he's trying to catch up right now. And Flaren also at 12, Forrest on 14. So NIP are slowly inching their way back. They need to win another 8 rounds in a row, but at the very least, they have forced an eco on Fnatic, and they're actually going to be charging in. Forrest gets the 1 kill here. Some backup needs to come in quick, and he's actually going to get it as well. Freiburg, the buddy system, it works out once again.
Very well played, and that is going to be a perfect hold. Nearly. Biflaren getting dropped, but still keeping the important rifles alive here on NiP. They can afford to re-up, rebuy, as long as only 1 or 2 members gets caught.
Now, what I would love is actually for a bit of wisdom and advice that Sean Gares gave us during the analysis, and that was an auto sniper. Sean said, all right, if they get a rotating auto sniper, one that's really mobile, that can walk around everywhere, it can be devastating on a map like Cash. And NIP have the money for it. They don't need to save up money any longer. If they lose around, they lose the game of the map here. Forrest in the middle, like Crims actually trying to see if he can pick up any more. If he's going to find a kill, they should be able to pick this up. If Flaren's really low on health, fighting in the corner, he's going to get taken down by JW. A lot of confusion there.
Yeah, perpetually flashed, but that was great play. Forrest, however, peeks forward and manages to pick off Olofmeister, brings it back to a 4-on-4 situation, and NiP managed to hold for now. But Fnatic, they've got control of mid. This opens up the avenues towards that A site, through the vents towards the B site, and so now they have decisions to be made. Where exactly are they going to take this in the end? If they're really going to be trying to sell the fake to NiP, try and make noise, go one way, and then juke left and go the other.
Equal situation at the moment. Forrest creeping down. He actually made some noise jumping down, but he picks up that angle on Flusher. That's an unlikely shot to find. I actually think he was walking in there to try and pick up somebody in the vent, and Crims is going to see Get Right coming miles away. Very nicely done. So now we're straight back into a 3-on-3, and we're at about 35 seconds. I think it's going to be a push to the A bomb side. The bomb's all the way over here, and Forrest, he can hear that door opening if it comes, but Crims is coming in from the other side. Can they stay focused here in IP? One mistake, and it's going to be all over, and that might be it. Forrest goes down. Freiburg and Exist are left, and Exist will pick up the kill. Can he do it again? Can he save NIP for another round? He's gonna go down, leaving Freiburg to clutch it, and that's not a bad man to have left in this position.
Exactly. They haven't quite spotted him out yet, but they are going to be able to get into afterplant positions here, Fnatic, and this is going to make life very difficult here for Freiburg. He has 2 angles to check. As soon as he shows himself to one member of Fnatic, the other one is going to peek out and catch him in the back. But Freiburg looks, and as he turns away, Crims with a